Imagine if 80% of the population became zombies and half of those survivors die to the zombies in the next day. Food becomes a luxury, water is infected. If you drink, you turn into a zombie. You would have to try your best to survive. And that's what Shenlu did. The problem is, he was the last survivor. He spent months trying to find other humans, but all that he could find was deformed creatures. Seeing that all that was waiting for him was a life of loneliness, he decided to bury himself. But that's when he wakes up 27 days before everything starts. And in this life, he's going to eliminate everyone that he knows is going to cause trouble for him and create the biggest survivors organization. Of course, after so much loneliness, he will make sure to have an abundance of thick friends to make his room warm. He has the void ability. He can open a special inventory and keep food fresh. When he gets to the higher levels, he's going to learn the void walking. But now he's weak and receives a call from his uncle, telling him to come to the building. His uncle is mad at him. Shenlu had 3 billion worth of shares in his business, but he just sold everything for 1 billion. Of course he's going to do that because money is about to become useless. And with that money, he can buy a ton of shit of pork and put everything into his special inventory. But he knows that this uncle made his parents die in a car accident. He was named before, but not in this life. He excuses himself, saying he received a call. Someone found the dog that he wants. Even animals can awaken powers, and this dog will become the Thunder King. He knows that the dog has a missing part on his ear. He arrives in the dog meat restaurant and sees Thunder King in a cage. After some altercations with the dog's seller, he gets it. He needs to have a good relationship with this dog before he awakens. Going home, he sees Sudaju, someone that helped him before he learned the void traveling, but died protecting him. Because of that, he will make sure that this guy enjoys his lifetime. Our boy asks Daju, "Do you want to follow me to have some fun after you work?" But Daju tells him that he don't do those types of practices with males. Our boy understands. He doesn't know him yet, but that's fine. When the apocalypse starts, he will help him anyways. While he is bathing Thunder King, he thinks about building a base. He will get every resource that he needs and let only strong people with him. However, he needs a lot of resources to build a base, and the most crucial one is water. The majority of the water source will be polluted and only rainwater will be safe. He was eating something with his dog when someone knocks on his door. Her name is Mayu. She's a culinary teacher that he hired. He paid 500,000 just for some classes, and that's why she showed up. She thought that he was looking for a date with her, but seeing his face, she thinks that he is attractive enough to get another girl. So why is he wasting his energy on her? After some classes, she leaves. He doesn't know what happened to her in the apocalypse. While watching her leave, he remembers 2 girls, the sisters Mi-Ling and Millie. One had the flame power, and the other one had the light power. He heard that the light girl could even use revival spells. Of course, he wants both of them in his house, so he calls a spy to find them. We are 5 days before the doomsday, and he has stored a lot of food, everything that can give him an edge in negotiations. He even bought a custom set of armor and some electric batons. Cause is one of the best weapons for the zombies in the early stages. In the last day, he bought a truck, and in that night, he couldn't sleep. We are at 1 hour and 20 minutes before everything. He calls his uncle for a favor and go to pay him a visit. In this life, he will kill him this first day. While he was leaving, he saw Sudazu again and tells him to stay safe until 9 o'clock. His cousin and his uncle were planning something when he arrives. He pretends to know nothing and eats. Suddenly, they heard a loud sound in the maid's room. His cousin goes to see. Upon opening the door, he saw that the maid was already a zombie and had killed someone. He falls back and she rushes him. He was able to lock the door before the girl went out, but our MC just electrifies him, opens the door and tells him this life you will be dying easy. It's much more interesting to see you getting devoured alive. But that's when his uncle shows up and asks Shenlu, "What are you doing?" Our cold protagonist just uses his big tongue once more. His cousin back is being eaten alive. While his father is lying on the floor, he makes sure that he watches everything. His uncle asks, "What are you doing all of that?" He slaps his face and says that he knows the reason. Then he throws his uncle to the maid. The zombie rushes him, but he just uses the baton and finishes with his knife and them, removes the crystal that resides between the eyebrows. Those crystals can make you get stronger and improve your abilities. Both humans and zombies carry them. Fiery humans and red zombies carry the flame crystals. But the most important for him is the transparent ones that can increase his spatial abilities. Outside the house, some zombies are already appearing, and it's the best time to start farming crystals. Since all the zombies are weak, he brings his dog to inside the house. After some time, he starts to shine. His awakening is beginning. He feels a headache, sits on the couch and concentrates his powers into his hands, throws it to the wall and creates a hole, noticing that his energy levels are really low. In the apocalypse, superhumans were classified into grades from 1 to 10. After the 10 grades, you have the King tier. When he absorbed the Thunder King's crystal, he went beyond the King tier. He then gave some tips to the dog that was able to cast a spell in the wall. After that, he went outside with his new armor. It's time to farm some crystals. He kills some zombies outside and goes inside a market, where most of the people are already dead. He grabs everything and puts into his spatial power. After some looting, he leaves. He knows a warehouse that has tons of supplies, but there's a bunch of zombies blocking the way. He takes the opportunity to farm even more crystals, and with his armor it's easy to survive. His baton ran out of electricity, but he gives it to the zombie and grabs another one for his spatial dimension. With the truck, he rushes through the door. Inside there are hundreds of zombies. Somewhere above, some people are seeing what he's doing, and they think that he's there just to take everything from the warehouse. So they should rob him and take his truck. He was putting everything into his spatial dimension when the girl pulls up and thanks him for saving her. But that's when the two other guys appear and hold him by the shoulder. At the moment, Thunder King leaves the truck, and they all get distracted by it. He takes the opportunity to bring out his electric batons and knocks the two guys. The girl gets scared and begs him for her life, but our boy believes in gender equality, so he just asks Thunder King to finish her. He gives a headbutt in her back, she falls on the floor, and he electrifies her. Now she's going to die for the zombies for sure. Then he grabs all the resources from the warehouse, 60,000 tons of resources. When he was leaving, a guy in the middle of the road tells him to stop the truck. He just ignores the guy that shouts that he's going to kill him. Ken-Lu don't like that. Anyone with any ability can be dangerous, so he orders Thunder King to kill the guy. The dog easily leaves the guy smoked, but Chen-Lu tells him, "You need to finish your fights. There's no room for hesitation in this world." And then the dog bites the guy's throat. He drives back home, but in front of his house, there's a bunch of zombies. With Thunder King, he easily defeats them. And from the balcony there, Sugazu and a girl by his side saw him. The girl named Chen Jin by the side of Sudazu tell him to don't go. This guy is crazy. He's luring the zombies here and is going to kill everyone. But Sudazu will not abandon his friend. So from the balcony he calls for him, and our boy sees the girl. He doesn't seem to like her. Why did I forget about this woman? She was a burden and almost got us killed. She's a very scheming woman. In last life, she always used Sugazu as an experiment. If she needed clean water, she would let him drink first, and always try to show affection for both of us. But in this life, he will use her to show to Sudazu that some people doesn't deserve to be saved. She goes for a handshake, but Thunder King attacks her. It rips her bag and from which a lot of supplies fell. He smiles, picks up a drink, and gives something to Sudazu that is getting angry. She told him that she was starving because she didn't have food. Chen Jin rushes saying, "You cannot eat this, it's mine." But Chen Lu makes her fall on the floor. She gets up crying asking, "Why are you bullying this poor girl? You guys are not real men." But our boy doesn't care. Then he tells her that he will give her double the amount that he just ate. Seeing that situation, she knows that she can't make enemies. So she just apologizes, saying that she was scared of starving. He tells Sudazu that they are going to the market, goes to his dog and tells him to bring all of the zombies in the area to his house, grabs some garlic from his spatial dimension and says that the things are about to start. He then brings all the garlics to the rooftop. He tells them that the zombies hates garlic, but that ain't true. The garlic smell lures the zombies. He tells them that they had to go to the supermarket to find more. That's when they heard a lot of zombies. Ken Jin is scared since Chen Lu has all the garlic. She thinks I need some of the life-saving garlic juice. The zombies are about to break the door. Our boy throws the garlic on top of his head and tells Sudazu to do the same. But before he can do anything, Chen Jin grabs it and uses on herself. Sudazu in his mind was planning to give to her, but the way that she used it made it clear the type of person she was. Ken Lu says, "Sudazu, you saw it, right? In the apocalypse, you need to be careful cause some people don't deserve to be human." The girl now knows that she was set up, but Chen Lu tells her that he didn't make her use that bowl and whispers into her ears, "Let me tell you, zombies love the smell of garlic, so you're dead for sure." The girl panics, telling him that all that she wants is to live, but he's cold. He says, "Yes, but you're going to abuse the kindness of everyone, and I also want to live, so is it really wrong to sacrifice you?" He puts the armor with garlic into his spatial dimension. You don't care about her cause, she's gonna die anyways. And Sudazu is a loyal friend. At the moment, she tries to seduce him, telling him that he can do whatever slimy, slicky, squishy things he wants with her. But he answers saying that all he wants is her to die. That's when the zombies came running and grabbed her. Half-hour later, they have killed all the zombies. But now the house is a mess and would be nice if he could have a maid. The culinary teacher doesn't look bad, is good at cooking, and also works hard. Maybe she's still alive. That's when he pulls out some food out of his spatial powers, and asks Sudazu if he has felt anything strange with his body. That answers that he's feeling way stronger than used to. And then Chen Lu explains him about the powers, while his dog is wiping the floor. He goes to his bed while he thinks that he has already 42 core crystals. He makes a sword out of thin air, but unfortunately he can only keep this on for 7 seconds. But that was a skill that he learned way later, though in this life he will get even the void passage much earlier. In the morning he gives some armor to Sudazu and it's time to go to the green storage. On the way there they kill some zombies and then enter a dark room. At first glance they saw a skeleton. Ken Lu knows that zombies don't eat humans to the bone. It can only be rats or ants, of course mutated ones. After walking for some time, Chen Lu shouts to everyone run. It is an infestation of mutated rats. There's even one that is the size of a cat that jumps on Chen Lu's back and puts him on the floor. He tells Sudazu to not hesitate and start attacking. In this world, every single creature is slowly growing stronger, and some of them will skyrocket its powers. The fight is getting hard. Subazu falls on the floor when a rat bites into his neck. Fortunately, the armor saves him. Ken-Lu notices that the situation is getting really dangerous, so he takes some meat out of his spatial dimension and throws to the rats. He now has to use his void sword, but that will cost him a lot of his energy. With a single swing, he can easily kill the Rat King and takes a big crystal from it. He asks Sudazu to take out the tooth fangs from the rat. With his extra strength, they got a Rat King fang. Ken and Lu goes to the storage and takes more resources for his spatial dimension. Then they go home and now they will spend 3 days using those crystals to get stronger. Ken Lu thinks that the fight with the Rat King was too dangerous. 3 days later, even Thunder King has already reached rank 2. Now our boy really feels like he needed Mayu to take care of his daily life. He remembers that she used to live on a 5-star hotel nearby. So he decides when he reaches rank 3, he will go in to find her. He goes to his bed to absorb more crystals. In last life, it took him 1 month to get to rank 3, but in this one, only 3 days. With his void sword having a duration of 20 seconds, he feels safer going outside. Next day, they go to the 5-star hotel. After killing some zombies, a guy opens a door and shouts, "Brothers, please save us." Is the hotel waiter Liu Wenbo. Chen-Lu asks him, "Do you know Mayu?" Then we see a blue-haired girl spanking her, telling her to leave cause they have no more space there. It seems that they are running out of food and they need to throw her out to survive more days. The blonde guy goes to Mayu and tells her, for the sake of everyone, "We have to sacrifice you, go out there and try to find another place to hide." They throw her out of the room and the zombies rushes for a bite. But that's when Chen-Lu and Sudaju shows up. They fight the zombies and the people inside the room are getting happy. The girl with blue hair thanks them. "You two are my heroes. Thank you so much for saving us. My name is Lim Yi." She is telling her name cause she's famous and wants to use her fame to get some reaction from Chen-Lu. But he ignores her, goes to talk with Mayu and asks her, "Why were you outside the room?" Crying, she explains everything to him. She saved them and then they throw her out. At the moment, a guy shows up behind Chen-Lu and tells him that he will pay 200 if he became his bodyguard. But Sudaju just slaps him across the face saying, "I hate people like you. How could you betray someone that helped you?" Ken-Lu answers that he will tie it up everyone, and if they survive, lucky. If not, that's their fate. The actress falls on the floor. "Please save me. Don't do that to me." She is willing to empty his family bag every day, but Chen-Lu tells her to get off since she is too dirty. While he was tying her with a rope, she was begging, "I haven't taken a shower for a few days. It's unavoidable that I'm dirty. You can help me to wash every inch of my body." But he stuffs her mouth with a piece of cloth. When they were leaving, the guy from the hotel was begging for some help. Ken-Lu gives him a metal tube and tells him that if he kills 10 zombies, he can come. But the guy hesitates, so that's his answer. But because the guy helped him to find the girl, he tells him, "I will give you 3 minutes to shop freely, then I will escort you back as a thank you." And the guy goes shopping. That's when Chen-Lu tells to Mayu, "I have a problem with cooking and logistics, so I think that's a good job for you. I'd rather kill zombies and I can guarantee your safety. So what's your response? Are you willing to go back with me?" She says that she's willing, so he welcomes her to the team. After sending the guy home, they can go back and celebrate. Back at home, he asks her about her abilities. Did she feel anything? She says that on the 3rd day she got a headache, but she was starving so much that she didn't pay attention. He tells her to feel the energy flowing through her body and try to manifest that energy. After focusing for some time, fire appears in her palms. Ken-Lu thinks that's a great ability. 1.5 hours later, the food is ready. They ate everything that they could. And Chen-Lu tells her to take a shower, just don't let any water get in her mouth. A few days later, after absorbing some crystals, he's closer to the rank 4 and is thinking about the 2 sisters. Maybe it's too early to help them, but it's a revival spell. People like that should only belong to him. He and Sudaju are going out to gather more crystals and he tells to Mayu, "Never open the doors, even if someone is dying in front of you, don't open. Close everything, don't look outside, and don't go out." He gives her 2 batons and she tells him to not worry. After killing some zombies, they have already collected 500 crystals. He tells Sudaju to go back to the truck and he will go with Thunder King to search for something. He finds the girls home and tells to Thunder King, "Go and see if there's anyone living in the Unity 201. But Thunder King felt something and rushes into a bush. He's chasing a cat. While Thunder King was biting the cat, Chen-Lu heard, "Quickly, tell this stupid dog to let me go." The cat can send his voice to other people's minds. Now he wants the cat as a pet and tells the Thunder King to leave it. When he goes to talk with the cat smells dried fish on him and asks, "Do you have it? Do you have dried fish?" He thinks that's strange. How can he smell my special inventory? But I don't mind giving him some dried fish. After you eat my things, you're my cat. Suddenly someone shouts, "Let go of my rice." It's Mi-Lai in the balcony, the girl that he's been searching for. Now he knows that this cat is her pet. He finds it strange. He never heard about it in the last life. But the girl comes to him and shouts, "Give me back my rice." And then she picks the cat from him. She looks to the cat, "Sorry, my rice." Our boy knows that she has a sister, but it's not here. She will never let this girl alone. The girl says goodbye, but the cat wants to stay with our boy. "Let go of me. He has dried fish." The cat jumps out of her hands and talks with our boy. "Please give me some dried fish. I haven't eaten one for a week." Ken-Lu tells them that if they go to the supermarket with him, they can find some dried fish. My Lai doesn't want to go, but her cat got angry. After some reluctance, she accepts it. She goes back to the apartment and comes with her weapons. But it's just a dull roller, so our boy is laughing. Then he introduces her to Sudaju and to his dog, surprising her, a dog that can use lighting. It seems that not only my Rice has special abilities. He talks about his ability and asks about hers. She tells him that Rice can talk with people and her abilities are like a healer in video game. But there's no time because zombies are coming. Miley gives them some buffs, and Chen-Lu finds impressive. She's only level 1, yet this increases 1/3 of his strength. They are fighting when one of the zombies rushes towards Mi Li. She says that she needs to fight some zombies. This is a good chance for her to learn how. After the fight, Chen-Lu is impressed. She looks weak, but her mind is strong. Maybe she will survive until the end. Then they give her a better weapon. She buffs herself and explodes a zombie head. But she can't control herself and kept hitting it. Our boy tells her that it's died already. After that, she vomits it, and our boy gives her some water. Sometime later, they are inside a mall on the 2nd floor. He gives her a bag and tells her to fill it up. But when she was grabbing some items, something appeared behind her. When she looked back, she saw Nikocado Alocado. She shouts for help, but the fatty is unstoppable. She throws her bag and tries to run, but then collides with our boy. He knows that Nikocado is a dangerous zombie. He is strong, can use charge, and even self-destruct. And it's at least a rank 3 zombie. But he's not scared. Thunder King hits him from the back. He pulls out his void sword and cuts the YouTuber. Millie hugs him, thinking he killed such a scary monster with a single strike. He's handsome and cool. Now Chen-Lu is a shining hero for her. He takes the opportunity to deepen the relationship, telling her to come with him to his house. But she says that she has to go to her home and wait for her sister. If her sister gets home and she's not there, she's gonna get really worried. When her cat is spamming her mind, don't reject it. Just leave a note at home. Go with him and go to his house. He has dried fish. She gets closer and asks Chen-Lu, your house isn't far away, is it? He replies, of course not, baby, come with me. At his home, she's impressed with the meal that is prepared. After eating, she tells him that she's going back home, but not on his watch. Right now, it's already dark. I think it's too dangerous for you to go home. Why you don't stay here? Even better, why me and Daju don't go with you for your place? We can wait for your sister there. She accepts, and next day, everyone arrives there, even Mayu is with him. They were going to stay in different but close houses, but she asks to our boy, why don't we all live together? For me, it's fine if you don't feel uncomfortable. Of course, he's already inside the house. He keeps giving her food and she's getting way too close and is already jumping on our boy. But he's thinking, such a pity. I just met her today and I cannot rush too much. Otherwise, my true colors will be revealed. After that, they divide the rooms and Chen-Lu is going to stay in her sister's room. But he's thinking, where are we going to stay when she comes back? Never mind, let's just stay first. Then he teaches her how to use crystals. Next day, we see Miley help some of her classmates to survive in Jesus. She's quite fire, but she's angry at her teammates. They are holding her back. She has to do everything to save them, and her fire ability uses too much energy. After some time, she arrives home. Sisters are finally reunited. But Chen-Lu wants to know who are those 2 guys. And those guys are thinking, nice, 2 sisters. That's perfect, bro. That's when Myling asks her sister, who is this guy? She explains that our boy took care of her. And her sister seems to believe that those guys behind are plotting something. The guy even grabs his pants, saying, let's take her down first. They try to give her some food. She tells them that she's not hungry so they can keep it. Then everyone goes up to eat something. And Myling wants to find a way to get rid of those 2 guys. Ken-Lu enters first and tells to Mayu to prepare some rice. She finds it strange. She thought that they were going to eat barbecue. When they got up there, they see Thunder King and they ask to our boy, why you have a dog? Food is rare, how are you keeping this guy? Our boy tells them that he is giving rice to the dog. Both of the guys got angry. What? You're wasting food with a dog? In this world, then says to Myling that they should get rid of that guy. But Myling tells to them shut up and says, you don't think that I know why you guys followed me? How much you guys have done? They reply saying, just you wait. You guys are going to regret it. But our boy just pets Thunder King. Head Ant tells him, kill him. And the dog goes all happy. Myling finds it strange. Why the dog is following them? He is seeking for death. Then we see a conversation that he had before with Millie. After putting some pressure on her, he asks her, between me and your sister, who is the best leader to create a better life? Millie answers, saying that's of course him. And he tells her, so you'll have to talk to your sister first. Millie told him that she was sure that her sister would obey him. But he tells her, I will not share my supplies with her until I'm 100% sure that she's going to obey me. This is for her own good. Poor girl believes 100%. When her sister goes to the kitchen and sees Mayu cooking, she thinks that she's wasting way too much food. But Mayu tells her that she's just following Chen-Lu. Angry, Myling goes to talk with him. Chen-Lu, why Mayu is cooking so much food? We're not going to have anything to eat tomorrow. Ken-Lu tells her it's a celebration now that you are reunited with your sister. Myling tells him that it's too much. He should take something. He tells her it's mine, so don't worry about it. When she looks to the table, she sees 4 bottles of water. She thinks, why only 4? Okay, I don't think I'll have something to drink. I will just eat some vegetables and then I'll drink some soup. But when she sits in the table, Chenlu asks her, "What are you doing here?" She replies, "Doing the same as you." But suddenly her sister says, "I'm sorry. Chenlu is a kind person, but it's for your better. Be patient with him, please." Chenlu tells her, "We're about to eat. I don't think you should be here. Of course, if you just want to watch, you can sit here." She asks, "What is the meaning of this?" "There's nothing for me. Didn't you say that it was to celebrate the reunion with my sister?" He tells her, "I didn't promise to take you with us. Only my people can eat something that I risked my life to take." He looks to Millie. "Are you my people, Millie?" She says, "Yeah." Everyone in the room supports him, even the dog and the cat. Then he asks her, "Do you want to eat with me? If you want to, just say that you're going to obey me." But Myling gets angry. "Chenlu, why are you trying to humiliate me?" She stands saying that she's not going to eat any of this food and tells them, "I want you all to go back to your house. Leave this place." But when she goes to her bedroom, even his underpants are there. "Sister, why you let a smelly man into my room?" Her sister tells her, "Don't worry, he's a gentleman, he's just going to stay here for some time." Millie doesn't want to, because he took care of her sister for some time, she's going to allow it. Taking a shower, she's feeling alone. "How you could take my sister with food?" But that's fine, Chenlu, we're going to see who had the last laugh. Outside they're talking about eating her favorite fruit, grapes, and that makes her think, "Damn, I really wanna." "No, I don't wanna. It's been so many days, those grapes must be frozen. They're not fresh or delicious, I'm sure." When she goes to talk with her sister, Chenlu thinks her figure is fire. She can awaken something in any guy. When she's leaving, he tells her, "Millie, why you don't come here? Those grapes are so sweet. I'll save some for you." She looks back and thinks he's doing this on purpose. In her room, she grabs her sister. "You teamed up with that stranger, and he's trying to make me angry?" Then she tickles her, and Millie explains that Chenlu is the better captain, and tells to her sister that it's all part of his plan. Her sister thinks that she's brainwashed, she would have no problem to follow him, but he has to use such a low-level methods. He really believes that he can get her with just some meals. If he wants her, he has to show her his strength, so she's going to fight with him. Then she gets up and goes to leave the house. She says that she's not going to use food, so she's going to search for something. Millie asks our boy to stop her sister, but he tells her that he has no reason to stop her. Millie asks if she can go with her sister to help her, and he says that of course you can go with your sister, just remember to be safe. He thinks that maybe he shouldn't use such a playful way to deal with her, but in his past life she wasn't that easy to deal with. 10 minutes later, she's back with some beef noodles, and he shouts to Mayu to prepare some beef noodles also. He explains to Millie in 3 days they're going to fight. If he wins, she's going to obey him. And if he loses, she can order him as much she wants. But then she wants to know why 3 days later, they can fight right now. He tells her that his powers are out of control, but the true reason is because he's about to get to the level 4. And he tells her that he thinks that she would lose to Thunder King. She says, "Are you crazy? You were saying that I'm going to lose to a dog." He says that he's joking, but suddenly Thunder King is growling at the door. Someone outside is asking, Millie, are you at home? "Please, I saw you coming back. Give me something to eat. I haven't eaten for 2 days. Millie goes to the door and tells to the lady, "I don't have anything to eat either. Go away." Look to her sister and tells her, "Millie, remember, no matter how much we give to her, she will finish everything in 1 day. The world now is like that. The fittest will survive." Chenlu says that this is exactly the new order of this planet. She tells him to cut the crap. In 3 days, he's going to learn his lesson. And the cat warns Chenlu that the person in the door is malicious. Outside the door, the old lady is saying, "I had no idea that this kid could be so vicious." Some guys behind her ask, "What happened? It's Millie not at home." She answers, "She's at home. She just talked to me." The old lady is inciting all the guys to get in the house. Millie and Millie are such cute sisters. I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy her plumpy bodies. The guys agree, saying it's worth dying to have some fun with them. A figure like that shouldn't be wasted. They grab some weapons. "Let's go, it's time to open this." In the other room, Sudazu sees everything and tells everyone that some people with weapons are coming to here. Chenlu tells to Sudazu to go down and kill everyone, just don't do it in the corridor, or they will have to clean it up. Then he receives a buff from Millie while she looks at Chenlu thinking that he's handsome, but she wants to know how strong he is. Sudazu is down there and Thunder King goes to help him. He easily defeats those guys since their attacks have no effect on him. After the guys are dead, he tells to Millie, "Go there and take their crystals. You have to remove from their foreheads." She's insecure and doesn't want to do, but he explains, "Even though you are a support, it's something that you must experience yourself." Her sister agrees with him. It's better for you to get familiar with it. The earlier, the better. Then together they go down there. She's sobbing, but she does the job, but of course she vomits again. Back home, the beef noodle is ready, and Millie is impressed. How can they have so much? There's more beef than noodles in that soap than probably in the whole city. Millie cannot hold herself. Pancakes smell. Oh, I'm jealous, but I know the size of my fridge. They are probably about to run out of food. At night, the same thing again. A banquet for everyone. She keeps asking herself how many dishes they are going to prepare. She runs to the fridge, opens the door, and it's full. She goes to Chenlu, shouting and saying the fridge is full again. "When did you go out?" Imak couldn't find fresh food. That's when Millie explains to her, Chenlu is a void ability user. He can stock food for as many years as he wants. Millie's asks, why didn't you say earlier? Her sister says that she forgot. Then she looks at Chen Lu and says, just don't forget our agreement. We are going to fight and you will listen to me. Yes, after I defeat him, I will make him kneel down and call me sister and give me all the food that he have. Our boy really wants to reach rank 4. He will receive the void walking ability. Then he used the Red King crystal. It's hard to absorb so much power, but now finally, he was able to break through rank 4. And then he used the void walking, going from inside the room to outside where Thunder King was guarding and got jump scared. And now it's time to the fight. Millie asks him once again, if I win, you will listen to me, right? He says, of course, you seem very confident. Why don't we add more bets? With a distance of 20 meters, we're going to lose in 3 seconds. She shouts at him, Chen Lu, I know that you are strong, but 3 seconds, are you looking down on me? He tells her that he's not looking down, he's just very confident. She thinks of a plan. Once the fight starts, I will just move back, and then asks him, what's the new prize? He tells her, you are going to lift your butt high so I can kick it. She accepts and asks, can I do the same? He tells her that she can have any request and he will fulfill it. He knows that he's not going to lose. They are outside and the fight is about to begin. She's confident. 3 seconds. There's no way he's going to defeat me. But then he vanishes right in front of her, leaving her confused. Where he is, he's a stealth ability user. He's already behind her, grabbing her by the neck. It was so fast that she didn't even know what really happened, but he gets to her ears and whispers, Myling, you have lost. She thinks that if he had used the sharp dagger, she would be dead, and then accepts the defeat and asks, why do I have to do? But is thinking if she really will need to let him kick her ass. He puts his hands over her shoulders. Let's go to eat some breakfast. You are now with us. I'm sorry for everything that happened those 2 days, but now let's get familiar with each other. She is already at the table thinking, everything is so good, it would be pretentious for me to refuse. Our boy knows that this was a perfect plan. Now he also controls Myling. Then he tells everyone to go to the living room so they can discuss some planning, explaining that he's noticing that the zombies are getting stronger by the day and resources are getting harder and harder to obtain. To survive from now on, they need a strong team. Even though individually they are strong, if they fight against another group with 100 or more people, they will lose. What if they lose to someone, and that person asks those 2 sisters to sleep with them? Myling tells that she is going to kill anyone who have those dirty thoughts. That's when he explains we are going to have our team and some sub-teams. Of course, he is not going to take any trash. Myling and Sudaju agree with him. Then he explains that the majority of the people now are outside the city. That is what a normal people would think. Myling seems to agree with him and says that his planning is good. He is thinking really far ahead. But our boy is just waiting for the time to kick her asses. Of course, he's not going to do that in front of everyone. Then he finishes the conversation and tells Myling to come to the room with him. She asks what cannot be said here. He tells her that it's a private matter. She blushes. I'm really going to get kicked by him. But I promise, so I don't care. It's just one kick. It's not a big deal. In the room, she goes to the wall and tells him, all right, you can kick now. He tells her, lift more of that butt. Do you have any misunderstanding about sticking your ass? She blushes, thinking that he's shameless. Does he have to be so serious about it? She tells him, I don't understand why you want to kick my ass so much. Why don't you just change this punishment? But he scolds her, asking if she's going to accept the punishment or not. She tells him to do it already, and he says that he's going to fulfill it. Looking at that view, he's thinking, I never thought that I could do something like that to the future war god Fairy. She sees that he's taken out his shoes, now it's going to be softer. Right. He's not going to hurt me with his kick. If he dares to kick it hard, I will cry. She looks back, what are you doing? I will count to 10. If you don't kick before the count ends, don't say I never fulfilled my promise. 10, 9, Chenlu is thinking, if I kick her, I can take my revenge, but is there a need to do it? I was trying to mess with her, and even though I'm sure that it's going to feel awesome, I feel like I will be single for life. 2 minutes, there's no time left. Suddenly he slaps her so hard that the impact send waves up to her head. His fingerprints were carved in that skin. She gets shy. Why did you use your hands? He tells her, sorry, I forgot. Want me to kick this time? She goes to strangle him and tells him, if you dare to tell this to anyone, you are a dead man. He tells her, okay, I'm going out. I will ask the sister Mayu to cook something that you like as a celebration for you joining the team. She finds it strange, you never asked me what I like to eat. But then she sees all the food. Oh my god, if Chenlu wasn't around, I would not be able to eat all this in my life. She thanks him and then he tells to everyone they're going back to his old home. This place is not good for them, and also they need more people in their team. In his way home, he sees some guys fighting some zombies. The guy with the black bandana tells everyone to run. He says that if they are going to die, they are going to die together. Kenlu sees and thinks that if the guy wanted, he could just let those 3 behind and run. So the guy isn't that bad. The guy saw him and asked for help. It would repay the kindness. He says okay and sends Thunder King. After some action, the guys are thanking him and Chenlu asks them, what happened to you guys? All you guys have awakened some abilities. The guys tell them, yes, my name is Fan Yu and I'm the oldest. I got a stronger physique. The other guy has an ice ability, the other one has a lightning ability, but compared to the dog, he's weak, and the last one can control sand. Fan Yu explains that they went out to get some resources, but they fought against some zombies that had poison powers, so they almost got wiped out. Chen Lu says that the more people means more power. Why don't you guys join us? But of course I will be the captain. Fan Yu thanks him and accepts it. They enter the truck and Chen Lu gives them his old house to live, but he tells them, I will come to find you guys later. Inside the house, he tells to Mailing and Menilai to go to the 3rd floor and pick a room. Sudaju and Mayu are going to stay on the 2nd floor. Then he tells Daju to come with him to the neighborhood to check on something. When he gets close to the guys, he overhears that the guys are talking about the dog being so strong. Bro, I think that dog could defeat 4 of us. He goes to the guys, do you guys know how to cook rice, right? Take this. Fan Yu says that they cannot take that since he had already done too much for them. They will go out and search for some food by themselves. But our boy tells them that they are family now. They're all teammates, so giving food is normal. But inside his head, he thinks that he's only going to give meat when he believes in those guys. Then they give some walkie-talkies and explains part of the plan. They are going to settle here for a long time. You guys are injured, so rest first. Contact me if there's anything happening. Outside in the neighborhood, he is with Milling and she's angry at him because she wants to be with her sister. But he tells her to shut up, there's someone coming. A bus pulls up and a babe gets out of it. She has that jacket over her shoulders, so for sure she's strong, and Chen Lu recognizes her as Mu Tianji. He says, why did I forget about her? Mailing asks him, do you know her? He tells her that girl is a CEO and a chief designer for a clothing design company, and she's famous, but she's a complete psychopath. He remembers that in the apocalypse, she established a gathering place that could only accept female survivors. No one in that place could fall in love. Any relationship would mean death. But of course, she had her own desires. She was Mailing's number squishy lover. If I remember, she risked her life to save Milling and died. After Mailing took the captain position, she started to let male survivors to join. Mu Tianji is probably here to collect some supplies. She should have met Mailing right now. Looking at Mailing, he thinks that she is such a good underling. She asks, why are you looking at me? He tells her that it's nothing, but it's when the girl shouts, who is hiding over there? Our boy knows her, it's Stubian. Suddenly, Mu Tianji rushes for Milling and says, we are a team only with girls, how about you join us? Our boy is right there just staring at her, and Mailing says, sorry, but I already have a team. Shanji asks her, he's your boyfriend? Ken Lu cuts her, it's none of your business. Turns around and says, Mailing, let's go, we need to keep up with everyone. Mu Tianji looking at our boy is thinking, every man is greedy and full of lust. He is pretending if he says that he does not want this beautiful woman. I must make Mailing see his true colors. She tells her team that they are going to stay here for today. That night, Mu Tianji went to talk with him, but he tells her that they are not close enough. She says that it's going to be fast, she just needs him to help with something. He asks what it is. She replies, there's a big shopping mall with many supplies 3 miles east. If we go there, you're going to have food for at least a year. But there's a lot of zombies and I don't think I can do that with only my team. So I would like to ask you to cooperate. But Chen Lu knows the shopping mall is the one where he got everything with Mealy. Why she'd want to go there to see some zombies dancing? So he tells her, nah, I'm fine here. I'm a coward. There's like hundreds of zombies. I don't want to go. Mu Tianji angry thinks you are a coward, so why Mailing fall in love with you? He then says goodbye. She wanted to take him to the mall so she could kill him, but he's not biting the bait, so she has no choice but asking for that person for help. Chen Lu is impressed. Jesus, that pig wants to eliminate me just because I'm with Mailing. She's more ruthless than I thought. I didn't have anything against you, but if you want to do something against me, I have to protect myself. No one would be wary of a dog. Then we see Mu Tianji talking with someone. She thinks that he's just a stupid delivery guy, but he has a good wind ability. A few minutes later, she's telling him, I need you to use your wind ability to lure the zombies there. I'm doing this to punish that trash, do you understand? The guy is a simp, so he says, of course I understand, my queen. It's an honor to help you. But after this, he wants something. She says that she would let him join them, and now he's all happy. Thank you so much, Mu Tianji. I will do my best to help you. The guy seems to know Sudaju, and he was trying to find him, but he couldn't. He runs through the city, luring all the zombies, and goes to the mansion. But outside, Chen Lu, Sudaju, and the dog were waiting for him. He stops in front of Sudaju and asks why he's there, thinking that he cannot put his friend's life at risk just because of a team of girls. He tells Zhu, please wait for me here. I will lure the zombies away. Ken Lu remembers about the guy. He was also a friend, and all the time he would lure the zombies so they could find resources. It was a good strategy for a short amount of time, but he died in a miserable way. After some time, he comes back and tells him that he's sorry for bringing those zombies. Dazu tells that it's fine. He knows that he wouldn't bring the zombies just to kill him. And Chen Lu asks, Mu Tianji asked you to bring those zombies, right? Feng tells him, how did you know? Thinking, don't tell me that this is the trash guy that she wants to kill. Ken Lu asks him once more. Mu Tianji told you to lure the zombies here, but do you know anything else? Brother Feng tells him that she didn't. She just told him to punish some scumbag. At the moment, all of them heard a loud noise, and Chen Lu recognizes the sound. It's a rank 5 zombie. From behind all those zombies, we see a bus coming. Mu Tianji sees the front of the house and knows that those are the zombies that Brother Feng brought. All she want to do is save Myling so she can bring her to her team. Then they keep charging with the bus. One of the zombies already controls fire ability and throws a fireball into the bus. All the girls are running. The bus has a gas tank, so they need to be careful. Mutianji didn't know about the zombies that have abilities. She tells everyone to not panic and attack the monster together. Then she uses her ability, sending 3 daggers to the zombie, but it's easily blocked. Seeing that the zombie is rushing towards her, she grabs one of the girls and uses her as shield. From the side, Chen-Lu sees everything and thinks, "The zombie is really strong, I need that crystal." All the girls are now scared of Mu Tianji, thinking to themselves, why Mu was using some people to save her? That's when she saw Chen-Lu. Nice, I'm going to use this coward to block some zombies. But Chen-Lu tells her, is it really nice to use your own sisters to block those attacks? He slaps her across the face. I never had thought that you were someone like this. Mu Tianji is scared. Why is he so strong? She falls on the floor and a zombie pierces through her. That's when Chen Yuan appears. She says that she's going to buy time for everyone, and Chen-Lu sees that she's courageous. He smiles, brings out his void sword, and says that courage is rare. I'm not gonna let her die here. The zombie tries to hit him with the fireball, but he just uses his void walking, appears behind it, and cut its head off. Everyone is impressed. Wait, it's already killed. How that guy is so strong. He grabs the crystal and tells Chen Yun to stop crying. From now on, he will help her, but now she needs to comfort her sisters. She thanks him, and then he asks her, what do you guys plan on doing after this? The girls doesn't seem to have any plan. After some time, he called Chen Yuan to a private conversation, and he tells her, if you guys join us, I guarantee that you won't have to worry about starving to death for a short term. Chen Yuan asks if she can talk with her sisters first. After some time, damn my brother, that's how you survive in the apocalypse. My boy went from 3 to 100. He thanks Mutianji, I will be taking your team. Yuan says those are the 20 people that wants to join your team. He tells, no problem, but you guys must follow my rules. Number 1, you must obey orders at all time. If you guys join me and don't listen to the orders, don't blame me for being ruthless. Number 2, don't tell me that you are afraid. When fighting, there's no distinguish between man and woman. Everyone here will fight. Number 3, if you need a partner, try to find one within our team. That's the big wingman, my bro doing one for the boys even in the apocalypse. The girls have some doubts why we can only have relationships within the team. He explains that it's to prevent that those people to get abducted by others' teams, and to decrease the chances of someone finding their secrets. Chen Yuan says that she's fine with those rules, and the other girls also agree. Then he opens his arms and welcomes everyone. Chen Yuan will be responsible for contacting me about any problem with you girls. Come in and I have a surprise for all of you. When the girls saw the food, they were all happy and crying. And when the guys saw the girls, they were all happy and smiling. Then Chen-Lu gets a list with the powers of all those girls. And one of the girls has the light attribute. Her name is Wang Lin, and it's a girl that his brother Feng likes. Then he tells the 2 guys they are going tomorrow to hunt. So those 2 are responsible for guarding the base. Early the next day, they go for a hunt. They have some strategies and some planning in place. But some of the girls are not used to fighting, so they miss their spells. They run when they should attack. Chen-Lu knows that if it wasn't for his people, those girls would already be dead. They need much more training. After some hunting, they are inside a shopping mall. All the girls are exhausted, and he tells to all of them to go pick some clothing and anything that they need. Without anyone seeing, Chen-Lu grabs some black stockings. But Myling saw everything. Don't tell me that he has a weird fetish. Does he like to wear that? No, he's not that type of guy, so for who he's going to give it? Wait, to my sister. That color doesn't suit her. After some time, they were all thirsty, and our boy gave 2 bottles of water for everyone. When seeing that situation, Millie thinks that it's wonderful to have Chen-Lu around. Ever since she started to follow him, she never got hungry or thirsty. She even got protection from him. She has been hiding something in her heart for too long. Today at night, doesn't matter what happens, she's going to say it. The night falls and our boy is playing some games. When Maylin asks if she can come in, of course he tells her, sure baby, come in, but is thinking, it's so late, why is she knocking on my door? Maybe she wants to give me the opportunity to do some slimy slicky things. Sitting by his side, she tells him, brother Chen, today after seeing sister Xu and the others, I realize how lucky I have been to be by your side. I have something to say which I have been holding into my heart for a long time. Our boy is anxious for what she's about to tell him. And then she asked him, can I be your girlfriend? Jesus, our boy doesn't waste time. He puts her on the bed. Of course, Maylin, do you know how long I have been waiting for this moment my boy is going in? And she says that happiness came so quickly. She tells him that she's not ready, but he tells her that this world is way too harsh. No one knows how long they can live. Today might be the last day of us on this earth. There might be not tomorrow. When you were ready, your brother here would be dead. Wouldn't that be a pity while he kisses her forehead? She thinks that this seems to be the case. And then she grabs his neck. But that's when they notice. Rice is in the room. Boom! Get out of here, brother. Poor cat thinks that Chen-Lu weren't like this in the past. Myling appears and thinks, isn't that Chen-Lu's cat? Why is he not in the room with him? Rice tells her. Chen-Lu is inside the room having a cozy warm time with Millie. Mylin asks the cat what type of warm time. She then stops right in front of the door and thinks, if Millie wants it, why should I stop it? She's my cute sister, but that would happen sooner or later. Then we see Chen Lu talking with Mei Yu. He tells her to prepare some good meals, 20 kilograms of pig meat. It's already morning and Mei Li asks him, where is Mei Li? She used to wake up so early. Mei Ling passes by and says that she's not here because of someone. Look at his face. Mei Yu seems to understand and says that she's going to fry some eggs. While she's thinking, I wonder how Chen Lu will handle her. Our boy gives some dried fish to Rice and tells him, unfortunately, you cannot be in my room anymore or I wouldn't be able to have some birthday claps with Mei Li. In the morning, they have a nice breakfast. Everyone is happy. Outside the mansion, a couple smells the pork. Brother, this smell is so nice, I want to go there. But the guy tells her, hui hui, our main task is to solve the water problem, so come with me. Right now, we need to leave a like in this video to help Mamoru make more juicy content for his viewers. Part 2 will come soon, so activate the cheeky little bell, and I'm out. Welcome to another one, my squishy cute brothers. The big table was placed outside the house. The guy with his sister gets closer and she asks to Chen Lu, do you guys have some clean water? I can exchange for some food. Chen Lu tells her of course we can exchange. Then Xu Yun brings in 2 bottles and takes some supplies. They were about to leave when they ask, brother, are all of you in the same team? Do you guys accept more people? Chen Lu gets close and asks, why? Do you want to join us? She says that she wants. He tells her, okay, you just need to prove that you're qualified. If you guys go kill 10 zombies and bring me back the crystals, you guys can join us. Of course, you have to use weapons or your abilities, not with vehicles. The guy sees that as an NPC giving a mission and thinks that it's doable. So they go saying that they would be back soon. The girl tells her brother, I thought that only you and me knew about the crystals. But her brother tells her, of course they know. They are smart people. They even have meat to eat. He told us to kill 10 zombies, but we were going to kill 20 just to prove ourselves. 1 hour later, they are back. Chen Lu seems happy and tells them good job. Welcome to our team. Now tell me, what's the ability of you guys and when did you guys awaken them? The guy says that he got his abilities on the 3rd day and his sister got on the 2nd one. He explains that he is like a warrior with more strength and his sister is like a magician. Chen Lu asks magician in what way. She summons a dark energy on her hand. Chen Lu smiles. Dark ability users can create undeads and even cast curses. To our team, it's a great help. Then he asks Samayu to cook something for them. Later that day, he was walking around in circles, thinking that Millie is about to reach a new rank. Then he tells the Rice to go sleep with Mei Ling and appears right into Millie's room. Millie, I'm here tonight, lads. She jumps on her bed and covers herself saying, no, I don't want to do, I'm still in pain. But he hugs her. Okay, we are going to have more chances in the future. I will try to hold on. But suddenly he says, I have an idea. Why don't you just heal yourself and we can try? Brother, that's what I call a good use of abilities. We are already on the next day, so I think the healing was used multiple times. In the city, he's telling the team. The goal today is to collect supplies in the Yulin community, but be careful, there will be a lot of zombies. Don't panic and rely on your vehicles to run through them. While the elemental users attack, everyone else will defend them. Then Feng goes and brings some zombies. Chen Lu notices that they are improving a lot. When he was petting the cat told him, I cannot do that. I'm still in pain. He looked at the cat and asked, where did you hear that? The cat tells him, you only say that I shouldn't watch, but you didn't say that I shouldn't listen. Chen Lu picks him up, you know way too much, be careful or I'm going to kill you. The cat answers by meow. Half an hour later, he's giving weapons to everyone. Mei Ling tells him that they should go to other restaurants, and with that they grab a lot of more resources. Some of the girls are calling for Mei Ling, but she's interested in the supermarket cause she wants to find something. Ken Yuan saw her and got closer. What is she doing? Why I feel like she's trying to hide everything. Then she sees that she got some condoms and thinks, I didn't know that she had that type of relationship with him. Mei Ling notices her and says, don't misunderstand, I'm just. Hyun once stops her and says, ugh, that's fine, you don't need my help, but let's go. Mei Ling's angry. If weren't in for Mealy, she would kill that damn Chen Lu. Walking through the community, our boy sees some people in the windows, but is too many survivors for this place. An old lady from a balcony asks him, I know you are a kind boy, Auntie hasn't eaten watermelon for many days, it's so hot here, could you give me some? Everyone is begging him, please handsome guy, give me some water, could you bring me some chicken from the supermarket, hey boy, bring me some cigarettes. Chen Lu just thinks that they are all shameless. So he tells to everyone, my legs are numb and my feet hurts so much right now, I cannot climb those stairs to give you guys sorry. Everyone is shouting at him, hey, don't you respect the elderly? Everyone saw you going in and out. Where are your supplies? You know he's taking all of our supplies. Everyone, pick a weapon. Let's stop him. They all move towards our boy. The lady in front tells him quickly, put everything down. You guys are stealing from us, don't you know? Chen Lu tells them, bunch of shameless bastards, this place isn't your home. One of the guys says, this is my property. My brother used to own the supermarket. He's dead, so now it belongs to me. The old guy gets close to him, but he says, get lost or you're going to die. The guy gets in his face, hit me, I dare you to hit me. If you do, I will lie down and not get up, you know. Chen-Lu just raises his palms and slaps him across the face. Okay, I will satisfy your request. The guy falls flat to the floor. The neighbors come to help him, but he doesn't seem to get up. Wait, did he die from a slap to the face? Nah, he's just pretending. He's very good at it. But Chen-Lu is thinking, those guys are bastards and also have bad eyesight. Can't they see that his face is crooked? He calls everyone and tells them, what are you guys waiting for? They're trying to snatch our supplies. There is no respect for the elderly right now. His plan is to set an example. The old guys are getting crazy, saying that they are going to fight. I know Teichiu, okay? I have my lightning whips. But an explosion happens and they are running, run, save me. But the fireball didn't come from his team. Chen-Lu recognizes the guy. He saw him in his past life. His name is Guang. The guy walks to him and says, those old bastards scold me every day. I didn't do anything to them because they were my neighbors. I never thought that they would die in your hands. Chen-Lu asks, do you want to take revenge for them? Guang replies, brother, don't misunderstand. We came this time to make friends and ask you for a favor. I'm Guang. Smiling, our MC says, I'm Chen-Lu. How do you want us to help you? Guang explains, you know there are 1,000 houses in our community, rich in resources, but a large number isn't collected yet, but it's getting harder to get them. In the past 2 days, a husky turned into a zombie dog. It can run fast with lightning and also has some wisdom. When someone is alone, he attacks, and when we are in a group, he hides. It's been difficult to deal with him. He even killed one of my companions. Chen-Lu says that he understood and asks what is the reward for which Gong offers 300 caddies of rice and 5 barrels of water. Chen-Lu tells Chen Guang that he doesn't feel any hostile intentions from them. So he agrees, okay, I will help you guys. Then he tells the people to keep carrying the supplies and asks Thunder King to come with him. Suddenly, Chen Guang says, damn brother, you are living such a prosperous life. You even have 2 pets, and they also has a bunch of cars and food. That's the pinnacle of life. Millie comes to him and asks, brother Qian, do you need me to go with you? He tells her to just wait for him. Now the guys are even more impressed. Jesus, I am still single. He has a dog, a cat, a wife, and even meals. Then Shin Guan explains, a zombie dog usually stays in the garden. Our people cannot stop him at all. Do you have any way to deal with him? Chen Lu smiles, of course I'm going to use a dog to deal with a dog. Chen Guang says, why do you want your dog to die? Don't send him or you have some sort of grudge. Chen Lu tells him not to worry, he will be fine. After going upstairs through a hole in a wall, they smell blood. When they open the door, the dog barks and uses a lightning technique on Thunder King, but he easily dodges. We have some Pokemon action, Pikachu against Raichu. Thunder King goes for a lightning tail, right in the dog's face and sends him flying through the wall. Chen Lu then looks at Chen Guang and says, all right, end of the cooperation. Hand over the resources that you promised. Chen Guang thinks that this was way too fast, while Thunder King is all smug. Outside, Chen Guang is telling him, Chen Lu, numbers mean strength. Would you like to consider joining us? Our protagonist is somewhat puzzled. The guy tells him, I'm not boasting, bro, but in my team, each person has killed 10 or more zombies before. Everyone here works hard and is reliable. We have an abundance of supplies. We don't have to worry about food and drinks for half a month. Our boy thinks, damn, now I want to take over. Because Chen Lu is ruthless, he tells the guy. I don't think you guys are fit for me. I can easily kill all of you. Qian Guang tells him, that's why I want to join forces with you. The weak can only depend on the strong. We need your help. Chen Lu asks, okay, we can join forces, but are you going to listen to me? That's when one of his members comes running. Qian Guang, something bad happened. Brother Zheng was injured by a zombie. It's very serious. Qian Guang asks to take him to the guy, and Chen Lu asks Millie to come with him. When they arrive, Qian asks, Brother Chen Lu, is there any way to save my brother? He smiles. Millie says, okay, leave it to me. Then she uses her healing abilities on the guy. They're all happy. Oh, thank you so much, Millie. Chen Lu says to Qian Guang, go back and think about my proposal. Millie, let's go. Qian Guang is impressed, such a strong healing ability. He turns to his guys and says, brothers, I asked Chen Lu about joining forces. He said it's fine, but we all would have to listen to him. The guys are all thinking the same thing. He's more capable than them, he has a healer with him. So they are not scared about dying, and the most important part, he has many girls. Yu lets everyone join Chen Lu's side. They go to our boy. Okay, Brother Zheng, we are all willing to listen to you. Chen Lu explains to them the true rules. They have to fight the zombies and they have to obey him. If they break any of those rules, they shouldn't blame him for what happens. Chen Lu says, okay, now that we've joined forces, everyone shall stay together. It's fine for you guys to move to my place tonight. I think our boy is letting way too many people in his mansion, but he buried himself in his last life because of loneliness, so I give him a pass. Around the mansion, we see some guys getting bullied, and the 2 guys that are guarding the mansion are watching all of that. Unfortunately, the numbers are too low right now, so they cannot act. But the house that the guys are going to is from someone in their group. They were planning how they would deal with those guys when they saw our boy coming back. That's when Chen Lu sees a group of people entering his villa. Why are there so many people at my mansion entrance? When they got off the bus, the guys were thinking, damn, why does he have so many girls? He sees the guy and remembers. He was the simp of the girl that he killed. The guy with the mohawk says, "Yo, what's inside here? Is it supplies? You should share half of it with us." But suddenly gets slapped across the face. "Shut your mouth. They put their lives at risk to obtain those supplies. Why should they share with us?" But looking at the sisters, he's thinking, "I kind of agree with you, brother." He tells the Luchen people, "Sorry, everyone. We didn't know that this mansion belonged to you guys we're going." Ketlu knows. This guy is a poison ability user, a disgusting venom that could make you sick for several days. Rice tells him those people are filled with hostile intentions. He says that he knows. The Mohawk guy says, "Brother, are we really going back empty-handed? This isn't like you." The guy hits his head. "Are you dumb? There's no reason to attack head-on. We should just wait for the right opportunity to sneak on them." The guy gets happy. "Brother, you're so smart." But Chen Lu just says, "Kill him." "Those guys really think that I'm dumb? I'm not letting you guys get the first attack. Since you came here with bad intentions, then don't think about leaving." Later that day, he's in his bed resting. "Okay, tomorrow I know that some zombies are going to evolve into rank 1. I need to tell Shin Wen to bring back all the supplies before they evolve." That's when someone knocks on his door and he thinks, "On this floor, it's only me, Mailing, and Millie." Of course, Mailing wouldn't come here. But when he opens the door, it's Mailing and he asks, "Why are you here?" She gives him something. "Take this." He looks and sees condoms. Blushing, she asks, "Why are you so shocked?" "I'm doing this for my sister." "Do you think that I'm doing those things for you?" "Millie is too young. You guys should wait for 2 more years. But if you want to be a father, then just forget it." And then she runs. He looks at her. "Okay, your intentions are good, little sister. I cannot waste such a gift." "Millie, brother is coming." The next day in the morning, he tells everyone about the zombies evolving. Because he doesn't want his team to die, he explains some things about them. When a zombie reaches rank 1, it gains some abilities similar to them. But the problem is that they acquire some amount of wisdom. To deal with these zombies, it's better to go in a group of 4, with 2 mages and 2 close-range fighters. Then he teaches them how to dodge some spells. He asks the girls to throw some spells at him, and he easily avoids everything. Everyone thinks he is amazing, but he explains that it's all about looking at the gestures. If you can see how the person is moving their arm, you can predict where the spell is going. They don't seem to believe, and she says, "Let's try it again." He keeps dodging everything, but then gets hit in the face, and she tells him, "I knew where you were going to dodge, so I threw one there." Chen Lu thinks it's amazing, as expected of the flaming fairy. Her way of fighting is perfect. After some motivation, they go back to the city to grab more resources. Chen Lu remembers that when the zombies started to evolve, the ability users began to kill each other. On the way, Millie sees someone she knows and gets startled. Chen Lu asks if it's a close friend of hers. She says she has a good relationship with her and she is her best friend. "Can we please help her?" Chen Lu tells her, "If it was a stranger, we wouldn't, but because it's your best friend, of course we're going to help. Go, Thunder King." Seeing him coming, the guys say, "Oh look, a dog. We are finally going to have some meat," but no time for dog meat because Sudaju and Millie are already behind them. After the fight, Millie calls her friend. Then she introduces her friend to Chen Lu. He's the one who sent everyone here to save you guys. She thanks him and says, "My name is Zhang Jingjing, and this is my father, Dong Cheng. We have nowhere to go. Can we join your team?" Chen Lu, as always, says, "You can if you follow our rules. Does your father know how to drive? If yes, follow us. We are going back to the base." When they got to the villa, her friend wanted to join to a slicky warm chat at night with the couple, but Chen Lu doesn't want it. It seems that he wants to enjoy only Millie for now. So he tells her, "No, without my permission, you cannot enter this villa. I will leave her for you." When her friend was eating, she says, This is really good, but where's Millie? Why didn't she come to eat together?" Chen Yuan explains to her, "Chen Lu is our boss here, and we are just his staff, so we eat separately." The girl thinks, Why? I'm sure that they have something better to eat. We are best friends, how can you not let me join?" Chen Lu tells Millie, "Your best friend needs to be observed, don't expose your things. And also, everyone needs to show some value if they want to stay here." Millie thanks him, but that's when he heard a message from the walkie-talkie. "Brother Chen, something bad has happened. A dozen vehicles are in front of the villa. There are around 50 to 60 people. He tells the guide, "Okay, they should be survivors who had escaped. Go and notify all the members, gather everyone at the entrance of the area." Chen Yuan passes this information to all the girls and tells them to get ready for the fight. But Jin Jin rushes to her. "Oh, what happened? Are we about to fight?" Chen Yuan asks, "Jin Jin, what's your ability?" Jin Jin says that she has strength-type abilities, so Chen Yuan tells her to stand in the front. But she starts to scream, "I'm only 18 years old, put this girl in the front, why can't I be in the back?" The girls say that as magic abilities, Chen Lu told me to stand in the back. Suddenly all the girls are already pushing her outside. "Come on, stop wasting everyone's time." When she sees Mei Li, she starts to cry, "Mei Li, I cannot stand in the front, please help me." But Mei Li tells her, "Jin Jin, don't be scared, you have to experience it. But don't worry, I will be close to you. If you get injured, I'm going to heal you, there's no problem." Jin Jin sees that she has something white on her cheeks. Is she eating cake? There's no way. Mei Li grabs her by the wrist and tells her Chen Lu is here. He's going to protect everyone. but Jin Jin thinks that her friend is sacrificing her for the Chen Lu. Chen Lu just calls her, Mei Li, come here. And Jin Jin gets angry. Okay, you are so close to him, and now you're ignoring me, even though I was your best friend. Since you can do it, I can do it too. Then we see the guys that came to the villa while talking. I thought this guy's captain was very strong, but it's just this young brat. Yo brother, you're in charge of this mansion, right? You know the nearby area doesn't have any supplies. My people have nothing to eat or drink for a day. Could you subsidize something? Chen Lu explains that that is not possible, but they can trade. He accepts 1 zombie core for 1 bottle of water and 1 cup of rice. You know we don't have too many supplies because it's getting hard and we have a lot of survivors, but I'm willing to help you. The guy thinks that Chen Lu is dumb. Why did he reveal the core crystal secret? The guy tells him, I thought you guys had many people, but it's just a group of girls. I'm not gonna lie, those girls are all very pretty. The guy shouts to his group, yo brothers, he told us to kill some zombies and then he's going to give us some supplies. What do you guys think? No one seems to agree. Brother, we are hungry. How are we going to fight zombies? Another guy says, if he gave that condition, that means he has a lot of supplies, right? The captain tells him, if you don't give us supplies, we might have to do something here. Chen Lu thinks, damn, this group of bastards, they think that I don't dare to kill humans. But Jin Jin from behind shouts, peace is more important, give them some food so they leave since you have so much. Mei Lai tells her to stop talking nonsense. But she says, this fight is nonsense. Why should we have a life and death fight? I'm in the front line, what will happen if I get hit? The captain laughs, that pretty girl is right, you don't want too much, bro. Just give us like 2,000 kegs of rice. And because she's a kind-hearted girl, we have no choice but to return the supplies in the future. You can believe, bro. That's when Chen Lu walks to Jin Jin and slaps her across the face. Who gave you the right to speak? Her father speaks up, Chen Lu, what is the problem? What my daughter said is wrong. The villa is filled with supplies, we can give them to avoid everyone getting injured. You're putting everyone's life at risk. How can you be so evil? Mei Li goes to say something to her, but she just ignores and say, stop acting kind. In the afternoon, you secretly eat cake with Chen Lu, and now you are going to send me to the front line. You are not my best friend. Chen Lu tells her, I saved you, you ate my food, you drank my water, and you still dare to say such words. As expected, some people shouldn't be saved. He goes to the captain, all right, let's continue with the negotiation. The guy tells him, okay, so you have multiple villas with supplies. I want everything in one villa. I think that's fine, right? Then Chen Lu sees some K-pop fans and asks them, you guys seem to be from different groups. What do you guys think? You guys also came here for supplies? And guy named Jungkook tells him, brother, we are looking to see if we can find a place to stay. We have our supplies and have no intention of threatening you. Since the villa is full, we're going to leave. Chen Lu just observes, but the captain looks at him and says, are you going to give it or not? Suddenly, he goes into his spatial dimension, here, take it, and vanishes with his head. The guys don't know what just happened. And Chen Lu says, since they want to die, let's fulfill their wish. Then everyone engages in the fight. Jin Jin notices, that's why Chen Lu didn't give anything to them. They are winning so easily. The fight was done in seconds. He tells everyone, take the crystals from their brains and put the corpses on the mountain. Kneeling on the floor, Jin Jin is thinking, what have I done? What am I going to do now? If I just didn't say anything. She crawls towards him. Brother Chen, let me off this time, please. I wouldn't dare to do it again. Just please don't kill me. Chen Lu tells her, what are you saying? You're Mei Li's friend, why would I kill you? But you're not my people anymore, so you can leave fast before I change my mind. Jin Jin calls for Mei Li, but she just says, sorry, goodbye, Jin Jin. Her father calls for her and she says, that's fine, Dad. If Mei Li can get a guy to carry her, I will also find someone, and in the future, they will beg for us. But before leaving, Chen Lu kicks Thunder King and asks, what are you doing? You know we cannot leave any potential threat. Thunder King gets behind the daughter and father and finish then. Then one of his guys told him that the guy he was talking to earlier wanted to tell him something important. Chen Lu asks when it is, but the guy says he's not sure. Since the guy seems believable, he came to report this to Chen Lu. He tells his babes to go back home because he's going to talk with those guys. It's the BTS members. He asks the guy what's important. The guy asks if Chen Lu is accepting people into his team because his whole team wants to join him. Chen Lu interrupts asking, is this the important thing you mentioned? The guy responds, no, it's not just that, and shows him a big crystal. Chen Lu recognizes it as an actual level 6 crystal and asks, how did you get this? The guy says it was from a dead zombie, but that zombie was 3 meters tall, and this is going to be a gift for him. Chen Lu responds, if that's the case, considering your sincerity, it's not impossible. Then they tell them their rules. Always obey, always fight, and if you try to run from the fights, you're dead. The guy seems to accept it, while Chen Lu, holding the crystal, thinks that with this, he can be promoted to level 5 in almost 3 days, which is already a month faster than he projected. Then Chen Lu tells Chen Yuan to see if any of them have light abilities or good support abilities. If someone has that and is willing to join, he is allowed to accept them. Thunder King is already back, and Chen Lu thinks it was really fast this time. The dog is all happy, saying he is a professional now. Now Chen Lu is giving orders to everyone about how many zombies they should kill and how much time they should spend hunting. Everyone just accepts. Then we see some guys confused. I thought you were the one who led the team. I didn't expect beautiful girls would be leading everyone. Is this girl very powerful? The guy just says that those girls have been with Chen Lu for a long time, so she's already level 2 and some other girls are already at level 3. Then they find some zombies and the girl gives everyone orders on what to do. One of the guys had to watch over the community entrance. An hour later, he saw a bunch of yellow cars coming to the community and passed the information to everyone. Chen Yuan told everyone to get together, but the people collecting supplies were curious. What do we do with the materials we just collected? Chen Yuan told them to leave everything since it was better to be alive, and that's when the yellow cars arrived. And of course, the first thing they say is some rapier lines, and I'm not talking about the sword. Hey, I haven't seen such a pretty and clean girl for a long time. Hello, sisters. Okay, James Charles. The guy tried to touch her, but she slapped his hands. What are you doing? She asked. The guy told her, it's the end of the world now. There's no reason to play more tricks, right? But she just kicks his balls. Stay away from me. Angry, he tells his guys to kill everyone and just leave those 2 girls for some fun. They got surrounded. When the girl told him to stop, she got hit on the nape with a bat. The guy even told her to stink and die. One more of those yellow cars pulled up and we see a guy with glasses inside. The guy tells them not to be too extreme with the girls and they seem to obey. Yes, brother, we know. But that's when one of them got hit in the face with a spell. It was Chen Yuan with a bow. Chen Yuan shouted to let them go, but the guy used his powers to raise a barrier and her arrows couldn't penetrate it. In that situation, they couldn't reach each other. When she got her friend in her arms, she noticed she was already dead. What a big loss for the team. The enemies were even going to take their car. And the rapier user said, "Bro, why don't we keep those girls? They are so beautiful." The leader slapped his face. "Are you retarded? This woman is not easy to deal with." The guy said, "Bro, what do you mean? We have many more people. What can she do against us?" But the leader knew something. Her group must be near here. And if we do something else, we are going to get retaliated. The scene changes and Chen Yuan is informing Chen Lu about everything. She says, "Sorry, I didn't lead everyone well." But Chen Lu tells her that she did the right thing. You would be dumb to start a fight at that time. He shouts to her, "Blood is paid with blood," and tells everyone, "We are going to take revenge tonight. No one can bully my people and still be alive." Unless they leave a like in this video to help Mamoru make more juicy content for his viewers, activate the cheeky little bell, and I'm out. Some of the enemies are pointing. Brother Yuan, someone is coming. It seems that they are the group of people that we just left. The leader Yuan is impressed. Jesus, how they got here so fast. Chen Lu is leading everyone in the front, and now they are face to face. Chen Yuan tells to our boy it's them. The guy with the glasses is unimpressed with Chen Lu and thinks, that woman was a 3rd level superpower. Why she is following such a weak guy? Chen Lu asks him, "Are you the leader? You are really brave for what you have done, and I have no reason to let you go." The guy with the glasses taken back thinking, this young man looks way too confident. It's better to me to be on the safe side. I don't want to fight forcefully. And he says, "Little brother, it's our fault. Okay. How about we give you back the heavy truck and some rice as a compensation? What do you think?" Chen Lu says, "If I kill someone on your side, can I pay that with rice? What about this? I can give you hundreds of rice bags and then I take all of your lives." Now they are scared. Damn, this young man is crazy. There must be a reason for all this confidence. I need to give him some explanation or he is going to start this fight. Then he says, this incident was caused by Hazy, and we cannot let everyone take the blame together. You guys can take Hazy and do whatever you want. He's grabbed and shouts, "Brother, are you really going to do that? I usually follow your lead. You cannot do this to me." Besides, it was the woman who made the first move. Chen Lu didn't like it and thought, he really thinks that he can just give me one person and treat that as a solution. But the guy on the floor says, "Brother, I didn't know she was yours. Besides, I wasn't the only one who took action. Lake Kitty and Mamoru also took action." Chen Lu looked at their leader. "What are we going to do now?" Glasses looked to his team and said, "Unfortunately, I also have to sacrifice you too. Everyone can hit them until they die." The guys were all beat up when a healer came in and fixed them, and then they kept getting healed and beat up. When the guys were finally dead, Glasses asked to Chen Lu, "Okay, now it's even right." But Chen Lu told him, "I don't think so. Are the lives of those people worth of mine? Nah, not enough. This can't be so easy for all of you." The leader of the guys asked, "Aren't you being too unreasonable?" But Chen Lu just answered, "Why should I be reasonable?" Trembling, the guy said, "I have never seen such a crazy person like you. Do you really think that I am that afraid of you? Here in our base, everyone has killed zombies, and we have a little more people than you. This is the last time. You guys have to leave now." That's when Chen Lu thinks there's a lot of new people on my team, and they haven't seen my powers. To command people, you have to show power, and some of them never saw me in action. Chen Lu told to everyone to stay back and said, "I will go alone." Glasses got confused. What is the meaning of this? This guy wants to be a hero. He's about to get crushed. But Chen Lu was happy thinking, such a cool guy giving me a chance to show off my strength. He takes out his void sword and rushes towards the guy that tries to stop him with his barrier. But the barrier was far from enough and got cut in half. Ken Lu is even getting some buffs from his girlfriend. And with that, he rushes to kill everyone. Even though he was alone, the enemies had no chance. And the people on his side were scared, saying, "Boss is too strong." Fortunately, I didn't go against him at first. Strangely enough, Millie is sad with this. She thinks the gap between her and him is really getting bigger and bigger. Now everyone is praising him. He tells to his group that he is sad with the girl's death. But this world now, it's like this. The main reason that they need to hunt every day, it's not just because of the crystals, but also because the real-life battle experience. They need to fight more. He says that, but killed everyone alone. Nice. With that, Chen Lu tell them to pack everything and go back home. Next scene, we see two guys drooling over Thunder King, thank you China. One thing's for sure, they are not letting the stereotype die. The guy is thinking, we're about to have a great time. When the woodpecker was about to go, his friend stopped him. He looks back and asks, why are you waiting? The dog is going to run away. His friend says, we have been hungry for more than a day. What if the dog runs very fast? We need something to lure him. The guy says that he's holding a poop for 2 days, and he knows the dogs are always attracted by the smell. Woodpecker guy says that is good strategy, so let's do it. Unfortunately, that didn't work, so they went to take the dog anyways. But the black Pikachu easily got rid of them. Then everyone got back home, and Chen Lu told them to practice after the lunch. But he's thinking that they need more people. If they have to fight against a team with more than 100 members, they are bound to lose. All that he wants is people who are willing to collect crystals and obey the rules. So he's going to make a recruitment announcement. Then they make a huge one, but the summary is simple. They offer house, food, and water. All you need to do is obey the rules and hunt zombies. If the person is a support class, they have no requirements. And now the minimum level to enter is 2. Then some guys in the car saw the sign, but not all of them were level 2. Chen Wang told them that if they paid 3 crystals of the first level, they could also join. The blonde guy with long hair said that he was a healer with also strength abilities, so Chen Lu went to talk with them. He took Rice with him, and Rice told him that the guys had no bad intentions. Back into his room, Chen Lu feels lucky. It was easier than he thought to recruit more people and even a new healer. And with the juicy crystal, he's going to reach level 5 in this night. When that happens, he's going to become immortal for any level 1 zombie. The crystal breaks and now he's level 5, and all it took for him was 1 month. He pats Rice's head saying, I'm so happy that I have to celebrate with my lay. Rice is angry, thinking, once again, I'm alone in this bed. Next day, they're going to hunt on the Xingfu Road in the vegetables market. They get there and Chen Lu explains his strategy for everyone. As always, they're going to use Chen Wang to bring as much zombies as possible. Mei Li buffs him and he runs around the city baiting all the zombies. That way is really easy to the magical users to kill everything. After 1 hour of hunting, Chen Lu decides to participate. He remembers that in his last life at this moment, a level 4 or 5 mutant was supposed to be in this market. The problem is that he doesn't know the perfect position. Chen Lu just suddenly appears in front of everyone. The zombie with the straw hat is the Earth zombie and uses his powers in Chen Lu direction. But with void walking and level 5 is really easy for him to dodge. 1 second, he's face to face. On the other one, he's already behind, cutting its head. Takes the zombie head and runs for his team, bringing a bunch of zombies so everyone can farm. After some time, they were finally able to kill everything. But everyone is exhausted. He brought more than 200. Ken Lu explains to them, everyone needs to get stronger faster because the zombies are getting stronger. He thinks that in the last life, the majority of the people with superpowers were able to survive in the first days. But the problem was they couldn't keep up with how stronger the zombies were getting day by day. Everyone is happy and now they are going back home. But that's when a guy in a truck sees everyone leaving with the supplies. He's a crazy one because he stopped the Chen Lu car with his body. Brother, you got lucky that he didn't run over you. Ken Lu told him don't block the road. And the guy thinks this kid doesn't look easy to deal with. And Chen Lu recognizes the guy. He's Sha Horan, a guy that is going to be known as the Invincible Iron Fist. The Iron Fist guy was begging for the blonde guy for some chicken. But the blonde guy wasn't happy with that and said that he was not going to give him. Ken Lu, seeing the opportunity, says, hey, I have chicken and even a chef here. I can give you all of that for your life. Okay. And the guy accepts, and now they are all going back home because of a promise. They are going to help this guy's mother. We see the guy bring his mother from his apartment, and unfortunately, she has a deadly disease. And at this point, Mei Lai healing is not strong enough to cure her. But at least he's going to give the chicken soup that he promised. When he arrives at home, he asks to Chen Yuan to prepare a room for the guy's mother, and then to Mayu to do some chicken soup. Some hours later, they have made a feast for her, and the guy's mother is even crying. Boy, this is too expensive. But Chen Lu just tells Auntie, you're welcome here. Let's enjoy all this meal while it's hot. The mother grabs his hands and says, I can see that you are a good person. Please take good care of my son. She looks back and tells her son, be wise and honor me. Don't let Chen Lu down. Be a good person for him. Crying, he tells her that there's no need for her to worry. Outside, when Chen Lu was looking at the stars, Horan came again to talk with him. Brother, thank you, but my mother is gone. At least you don't have to suffer more. Ken Lu gave his condolences, and Horan told him, brother, I'm gonna do my best for you. Ken Lu says that he believes on him. Of course he believes. He knows that this guy was strong in his last life. But the most important thing right now is to establish a sense of hierarchy in this place. He needs to create a set of rewards and punishments. This way it's easy to mobilize everyone's enthusiasm. Of course he's going to be the king. He's going to have the deputy leader, the elders, the elite members, and the ordinary members. And under everything, the new members. And some people are going to have specific functions, like Sudaju and Melee. Right now, those who can reach level 3 can become elite members. The better the position in this place, the more points they get. And those points can be traded for supplies. Next day, he explains the hierarchy for everyone. Ken Yumon is going to lead the women's team, while Feng Yu and Chen Wan are going to be the captains. So from now on, with the points system, as long as you dare to fight with your life, you come with a good life. Come on everyone, kill zombies, earn points. That's going to be the motto of this place. Everyone shouts that today's funeral is mine. Some cars were passing through the villa, when a guy rolled down the car window and asked, "Let me ask you something. Why there's no zombies around here? You know what's going on?" His name is Zhao Hai. The guy told him they were all killed. In front of there's a villa with a large survivor base. The people there are really good, and they have food to eat every day. You even say that they have a good life. The guy seems puzzled. He looks to the guy behind him, Jin Tao, the guy with green hair, and asks, "Shall we go to have a meeting with them? They must be pretty good." Green hair says that it's a good idea. Maybe they can even eat some meat. Those are the guys that our boys sold his property before everything happened. It was all because of the mortgages. So in theory, this villa is on their name. But the blonde guy looked back and asked, "It's the end of the world. What's the use of money?" His friend answered, "Yeah, it's possible that Chen Lu just died long ago." Seeing all those guys coming up, the goofy guy is scared. "So many cars, we don't have enough people right now." So he takes the walkie-talkie and says, "Brother Chen, we need some help." Then Chen Lu arrives with his team. The guy recognizes him and says, "Isn't this guy Chen Lu?" And Chen Lu also recognizes the guy. "Why the guy that gave me money is here?" The guy gets closer. "Brother, I didn't expect to see you under such circumstances. What a fate, isn't it?" Chen Lu replies, "I didn't expect to meet you either." Then Zhao Hai asks, "Brother, are you the person in charge of this place?" Ken Lu just says yes. And the guy reminds him, "Brother, you know that you owe me 300 million, right? And you should have paid me already. But due to special circumstances, damage and interest are not required. So pay it back now, the 300 at least." Ken Lu is not liking this and thinks, "Why does he have this illusion that I'm going to pay back even a cent?" And then says, "You might not know something about me, but I never rely on other people's money. I actually already gave you the money back. Didn't you look into your bank account?" The guy behind shouts, "You're a liar. Such a huge sum of money. You think everyone here is a fool?" He's smiling and Chen Lu says, "Oak, then you have to go to the bank and show me the evidence that I didn't transfer the money." Chen Lu is thinking, to be clear, I have no intention of paying back this money. Why should I pay back the money I borrowed based on my ability? I also think is robbery, brother. But Chen Lu doesn't and says, "I'm going to be honest. You guys helped me, so I'm going to give a ton of rice as a thank you." Zhao Hai says, "Oak, brother, but you are not being too honest, are you? I think you should give me some of your juicy meat." Asking for a guy's meat is bold. He even made some calculations in his mind. The value of meat right now is different. So you be 15 tons, the debt is settled. Ken Lu then replies, "I have this meat, but I won't give it to you. Why are you going to do?" Zhao Hai thinks he's way too confident, and he also cleared all the zombies in this area. He needs to be careful. Suddenly the guy completely changes and says, "What a mistake I did. I forgot your money has indeed arrived." But the guy of his side gets angry. "Zhao Hai, are you stupid?" "No, I am not. I was indeed mistaken. Brother, Chen Lu is not someone who refuses to repay his debts." Ken Lu says that that's the case. They can now go with their people. Zhao Hai was trying to leave, but his friend was shouting at him, "Idiot. They only have these people on their side. Why are you acting like this? You dumb truck. Let's face this Chen Lu guy and take everything." Ken Lu shouts, "Those who don't want to die go with Zhao Hai. I will give you 10 seconds. Green hair looks to the side, and everyone's is hesitant. The guy creates some blue flames into his hands, and Chen Lu recognizes it's a dark flame from the dark system talents, but it's a pity. The guy summons some skeletons and says to Chen Lu that he's going to kill him and his soul is going to be devoured and that he is not going to be able to reincarnate forever. Chen Lu tells his team that it's a good moment to get some points. Thunder King came barking and Chen Lu asks to Rice, "What is he saying?" Rice explained, "He says that you are being racist against dogs. They should also be able to gain points and climb the ranks." Ken Lu was thinking, "Damn this dog. I gave him everything, so for what he's going to use these points. But in this case, Oak, I give you some points if you really want it." Thunder King smiles, and with one ability, he explodes everyone. Myling tells him to be careful, but he just rushes the guy and he thinks this dog is too doggy. I don't know what he means by that. Now Chen Lu is done. He wanted to exercise all team members, but a dog ruined the plan. The guy tries to protect himself, shouting, "Don't come here." He even closes his eyes out of fear. But when he opens it again, the dog is just enjoying his time with the ball. He stares at him and gets scared and falls on the floor. The guy rushes to Chen Lu, hugs his legs, and begs for mercy. Chen Lu says, "Don't worry, I'm not going to kill you. You are going to help me with some crystals. Of course, part of his plan is to help this guy grow. When this guy gets to level 4 or 5, he's going to kill him and use his crystal. But the guy is just thanking him. Big brother, thank you so much for being so merciful. Ken-Lu says, young man, you are so talented. I'm very optimistic about you. But if you dare to make any small move and try to escape, I will have to break your limbs. Then he tells the guy at his side to lock this guy up. Zhao Hai comes once again to talk with him. Brother Chen, you are really capable. Sorry for anything that I've said. This is a small gift, a Texas kid's toy. Our boy thanks him and puts into his dimension thinking, I'm level 5 now, this has no use for me. So he uses the toy on himself just to show that weapons cannot even reach his body. Zhao Hai falls to the floor thinking that he is so far away. They are on a completely different level. Ken-Lu, you are too strong. He just says thanks. He grabs the guy's wrist and says, we have no problem, brother. Why don't we cooperate in the future? Like, are there any members of the light, dark, earth, or natural elements present? Of course, any other support ability is also welcome. Anyone who wants to join can consider it. The K-pop guy goes in the front and says, here we have 3 meals a day, even meat sometimes. Why so much hesitation? A lot of guys seem interested now and one shouts, I don't want to go, I have earth element, please. Then Chen-Lu asks Zhao Hai, brother Zhao, you don't mind if I take some of your members, right? Zhao, with no options, just agrees. But now he knows why Chen-Lu showed his abilities. Everyone is happy and Chen-Lu gave them the mission. Bring me 10 zombie crystals and you can join as a new member. The guys went to hunt and Zhao Hai tells to Chen-Lu, brother Chen, if you need anything in the future, you could come to meet me in the Jinglong Garden. I will live there. But if I ever have trouble in the future, I hope that brother Chen, for the sake of being a friend, will help me. Chen-Lu says, of course, brother. The night falls and that means that it's time for the healing bed. But Manhwa is telling him that she's impressed with the new members. They are all performing very well. She's happy, and she believes that they are going to survive. But Chen-Lu tells her that they have to wait and see how things are going to happen. The mutants are starting to evolve and things are going to get harder from now on. But he thinks that this is actually a good thing, because the stronger the mutants, the better the crystals. And that means that he can also evolve more. Otherwise, they would have no chance against the other creatures that are coming. Next day in the morning, he says to everyone, be careful. The fights are going to become more and more severe. Watching everyone going, he knows there's no reason to avoid fights. Or you get stronger and survive, or you die anyways. The best choice is to get as much combat experience as you can. In that moment, Rice says, Chen-Lu, I have an ominous feeling. I feel that Mai Lai will be injured, but her life is not full in danger. Ken-Lu finds it strange. Mai Lai is with Mai Ling, Su Dazhu, and Thunder King. How she can get injured with all those bodyguards? He looks to Rice, so I should follow them. But then the cat tells him to not go, saying that he needs to let them go and get stronger by fighting. He can be there and help only if they are going to die. Chen-Lu was impressed with the cat. Only level 10 spiritual users can detect this type of imminent danger, so maybe he should use more crystals on Rice. Then we see Su Dazhu and Mei Li fighting in the city. They are facing a lot of level 2 zombies. Up to now, things are going smooth, but a zombie is observing them, and this one seems to be intelligent. He noticed that a group is stronger than your average human, and right now he's the only one here, so he cannot rush this. So he goes to call some other zombies to help him. Then we see a lot of zombies coming for them. But with melee buffs and Myelin powers, things are not that hard. They decide to take a little distance of the zombies, but strangely enough, they seem to be running faster. There's some sort of wind power accelerating their movement, so they have to stop and fight them. That's when the leader of the zombies finds a chance. He's immediately back and takes the chance to attack her. But Milling enters in front and takes the hit. Her arm is bleeding, but she says that she's fine. She uses some of her powers on the zombie, but he easily dodges. Studaju goes in front of the girls to protect them, asking Millie to heal Myling while he rushes. He gets some buffs, and that's when Thunder King notices everything. Seeing the 3 of them fighting, he's scared. He knows that if those guys die, he will be eaten by Chen-Lu. So he attacks from the back. Studaju takes the opportunity to hit with his bat at the monster's head, but once more he blocks. Then Li buffs Thunder King and he hits the zombie back. With that, he falls on the floor, and now it's easy to finish it. Everyone is exhausted, and Thunder King wants to give this crystal to Chen-Lu so he can get a lot of points. Sometime later, he's all smug. Rice tells to Chen-Lu, this stinky dog wants to know how many points for those crystals. Chen-Lu picks one of them. Damn, there are actually level 4 crystals. Thunder King, I will give you 100 points just for this one. He's all happy, and then he gives the crystal to Rice. And Thunder King is thinking, why I'm working to give crystals to a cat? Chen-Lu tells him, if you want, you can keep the crystals, but then I'm not giving you points. Now Thunder King does not want it anymore. Chen-Lu was impressed. Rice's prediction really did happen. The first time when Nikocado Avocado was trying to get her, Rice also told him previously. The strange thing was that Sudaju was involved in everything and even got hurt. But Rice didn't told him anything about this. That means that maybe he can only feel the safety of those around him. And if that's the case, he needs to cultivate this sensibility. Sometime later, they are having a lunch when Thunder King pulls up. Everyone notices. He's getting bigger. Sudaju says that maybe he's eating too much. Thunder King got angry and Rice explains to everyone. Thunder King just reached level 4, that's why he got bigger. Everyone is happy. But Myling is thinking, why my progress is slower than a dog? Then Rice says that Thunder King is asking what he's going to earn for being the first to reach level 4. Ken-Lu notices that he probably wants some points, but he asks, for what are you going to use those points since there's no reason? But the dog says, I have a dream, and that is to be an elder dog, and then a captain dog. Maybe someday everyone will call me dog leader. Ken-Lu asks what is that dog leader position means, kicks his ass saying, I feel like this animal wants to take my place. But the dog is behind him barking, points, give me points. Ken-Lu says, okay, let me think about it first. That's when someone told him on his walkie-talkie that some brothers from Zhaohao, the guy that lent him the money, arrived asking for some help. Ken-Lu says let him in. Then we see a guy given a red box. Brother Chen, I'm Song Lin Hai. I know that you definitely have plenty of food and drink here, so I come out to pay homage to you with those 100 flowers. But others from Zhaohao group say that regardless of whether you agree to help or not, these flowers will be given to you. Ken-Lu says, okay, what's the problem? The guy explains, he's a supernatural being named Jiang Yu. Suddenly, he appeared on our side, competing with us for supplies and collecting survivors. Brother Hai didn't want any conflict with him, but there was something wrong with this man. He's too crazy. He kept shouting that if Brother Hai doesn't become his little brother, he will destroy us. This guy is really powerful and easily killed 10 of us. Brother Hai has no choice but to ask you for help. Ken-Lu is worried it's hard to someone to kill 10 people that has superpowers. That means that he's already at least a level 4, and his crystal is a real good one. So he asks to the guy, what kind of superpower does he have? How did he kill those 10 people? The guy says that no one really knows, but it seems that it was with brute force and no skills. Ken-Lu says, okay, I'm going to take a look at it. He tells the guy that he's going home just to see something. Then he picks up Rice and asks him, Rice, do you think it would be dangerous if I go out this time? Rice thinks hard and says that no, it's fine. He can go with a peace of mind. So they're going. In the car, Chen-Lu said that the car was nice. The guy instantly told him, if you want, the car can be yours. We can just deliver it for you later, or you can even return to your home with this. There's no problem. Ken-Lu was impressed. Those guys, Zhao Hai and Song Lin, they really know how to deal with people. When he got there, Zhao Hai was thanking him. I will always keep this friendship in my mind, Chen-Lu. I'm looking forward for the day that I can help you. The guy, Jiang Wu, is really powerful, and the spells that we used on him had almost no effect. Please wait a moment. I will gather people to find him. Then we see a fatty enjoying some babes. He's all happy thinking. Watching some enemies have its benefits. I was able to understand how the crystals work before everyone. Although the food is a bit trash, there was no other way to have so many beautiful women in my lifetime. That's when someone opened his door shouting, Brother Zhao Hai has brought some people here. The guy stands up, saying that they are going to see who they brought this time. Then we see the two gangs outside. The fat guy goes into Zhao Hai's face and says, I gave you a chance, but you're shameless. And now you're here seeking for death. Ken-Lu is behind, just observing and thinking, I think it's going to be easy. There's no way I cannot kill this guy with one swing. Zhao Hai tells to the guy, Jiang Yu, if you kill the guy that came to me this time, I could become your little brother. Then he tells to his group, anyone who dares to step up and fight against Jiang Wu will get a pound of sausage. He puts Rice to rest and goes. Everyone is hitting the guy with their bats, but nothing is happening. From far away, Chen-Lu prepared something. Jiang Wu was confident, but then our boy threw his spatial slash. Brother was cut like a PNG on Photoshop. No one even knows what just happened. Ken-Lu steps over the guy and starts to search for his crystal. He couldn't find, but the guy helped him. Ken-Lu just said, give it to me. And the guy just gave. Unfortunately, it's just a level 6 crystal, and it has only 25% of its power. At least it's spiritual power, so it's good for Rice. Zhao Hai takes the opportunity to say some encouraging words for everyone, saying that they need to work together. If someone wants to join his side, just let him know. Ken-Lu goes to him and says that he has to go home. Zhao tells him that if he needs any help in the future, just let him know. But also he's going to be taking the gold Bentley. Zhao Hai agrees. In the way back, he was having a cute conversation with his cat. When he told him that he had a bad omen, something just happened with the people in his base, and it seems that someone got his breasts enlarged. Ken-Lu is confused, what are you talking about? And then they rush to home. Getting there, they see everyone kind of messed up. They explain that they had to fight against 2,000 beasts, and that's why everyone is like that. Ken-Lu rushes to Mi Li and asks if she's not injured. She says that she's fine. It's just a small problem. When they were inside the house, she showed him that some spheres were swollen. He thinks that now what Rice told him makes sense. Then we see two brothers, and one of them is dying. With his last breath, he tells his brother, you're going to join them. Take my crystal and go there. You're going to have food. You're going to have everything. It seems that they were getting crystals to join Chen-Lu group. Taking it out of his brother's head, he thinks. Why he asks for these things? Why we need to give him these? Survivors should just help each other. Is those requirements' fault? If it wasn't for them, my brother wouldn't have died. I hate you. I want to bury all of you with my brother. Then sometime later, we see him talk with Chen-Lu. I brought the crystals that you asked for. But that's when Rice tells him, this man, he wants to kill you. Ken-Lu is confused. What have I done against this guy? But the guy just asks, can I join now? He says, of course, come on. I will show you the place myself. Rice, you go back first. He's already getting slapped. Ken-Lu grabs him and asks, tell me, why do you want to kill me? Or who sent you? The guy don't know what's happening. How did he know? Is this just a test? What's going on? He says, how could I possibly want to kill you? We just met. I just want to survive in this place. But Chen-Lu tells him, hurry up. I'm running out of patience. Another one across the face. The guy is confused. What is going on? He's really going to beat me to death. Then he turns on his powers. Ice on the right hand and fire on his left hand and says, Chen-Lu, we are going to fight. Ken-Lu is impressed with the double powers. Rushing, the guy says, it's all your fault. Such harsh conditions made my brother die. While we were fighting, you were sitting at home enjoying your leisure time, teasing cats. You deserve to die. Ken-Lu asks, what are you making? It sounds like I caused the end of the world. I didn't beg you to join my team. With tears in his eyes, the guy rushes. Shut up and just die for my brother. Seeing the dual ability, Chen-Lu thinks it's so rare to meet someone with dual abilities. That's a pity, and he cuts the guy in half. Those void blades are sharp. Sometime later, we learn that Rice is now level 4, and told him that one guy was about to die. Chen-Lu decided to try to save the guy, so he can see if it's possible to change Rice's death prophecy. In the way, they saw a cat, and the cat attacked the guy. Chen-Lu thought, is this zombie cat the reason of his death? So he slapped the cat. But at the same time, Rice started to cough blood. Thunder King was shocked. He didn't know what to do, so he grabbed him to take to Chen-Lu. On the way, Chen-Lu was thinking this ability is way too good. If it's really true, it's extremely powerful. But that's when Thunder King came crying. He couldn't understand the barking, but he knew that something was wrong at home. So they rushed. When he arrived, he saw Rice fainted in a couch. He grabbed him and noticed that he's still warm and alive. His people scouting the whole area. That means that it's not an outsider thing. Who did it? He asked to Thunder King. Then Melee came running. Why are you looking for me, Brother Chen? He tells her that later he explains. But please save him first. Ken-Lu is thinking maybe because I saved the guy and the prophecy backfired on Rice. But it's strange. I already have used his predictions to change my decisions. So why it was different this time? That's when Rice awakes. Telling to Chen-Lu, don't worry, I'm fine. And explaining to him that it was indeed because of the prophecy. Ken-Lu says that he's sorry. I shouldn't have tried it so recklessly. He explains that he has some sort of destiny dimension. And the further someone is from him, the more taxing it is to change the person's destiny. Ken-Lu understood. So it's all about level of intimacy. That means that he can only safely save his life, Mai Li and Mai Ling. Or in short, his abilities should be used with caution. And tells the Thunder King that would be good if he can get closer to Rice. Thunder King kinda didn't want it. But when Chen-Lu explained it to him, he was even willing to lick. A month later, Chen-Lu is talking with a whole group, telling them that a lot of people have evolved to level 2. But people are insecure. It seems that there's a lot of level 3 zombies right now. Ken-Lu explains that the level of the zombies is different from the person's level, and explains that they are going to change the daily requirements. Now they only need to obtain 1 crystal, but it needs to be level 3. That's when someone appears saying that Zhao Hai wants to share some news. He says goodbye to everyone and goes to talk with the guy. Brother, we met again. This time, Brother Hai asked me to bring you a message. Ken-Lu just says explain. Someone made a trade fair. He said that he wanted everyone nearby to go. There everyone can discuss how to survive in this war. Brother Hai plans to go. Do you also want to take a look? Ken-Lu thinks about it. He remembers hearing something about that in his last life, but he didn't want to. But now that his goal has changed and he wants to have a lot of powerful people by his side, a place where a lot of survivors are going together is a really good one. Some days later, we see a guy offering some babes to our boy. Hey, handsome guy, do you want to have some fun with those cute girls? You know, our shop sells everything at reasonable prices. 10 pounds of rice or some super crystals will do. Ken-Lu didn't like it. It's the end of the world, and this guy is trying to use a woman's body to suck their blood and make a living. What a shitty guy. What's more, I'm a good man. So he just walks away, and Zhao Hai tells the guy to vanish. Even Chen-Lu group are going to sell some things, and of course they are going to accept crystals as payment. Then we see a lot of guys been thrown around, and Chen-Lu recognizes his brother Long, the guy that he bought his subordinate with a chicken. It seems that there was 2 guys fighting for a chicken again, when Chen-Lu appears once more and tries to buy the chicken, saying that he's going to give 20 level 2 crystals just for the chicken. Both guys got angry at Chen-Lu, and one more tried to grab him by the shoulders, but got punched in the face by Horan. On the floor, the guy says that he's going to kill them, but Horan is confident and he rushes to the guys. One punch, and they fall to the floor. Everyone is running, and the blonde guy is impressed, thinking, I knew he was a good fighter, but I didn't expect the gap to be even wider now with superpowers. How could I have lost someone like him? Ken-Lu takes the chicken. Okay, since they are out, now it's mine. Long thinks, no, my chicken is gone. Then they see some vans pulling up with the organizers of the event. Sometime later, they were all in the sports camp. It seems that some sort of auction is going to take place. Zhao Hao tells to Chen Lu about the guy with the white shirt. His name is Gao Fi, and he's the heir of the Yi Fi group. The guy has even some foreign connections, but person that Chen Lu is interested is the guy with the gray beanie. His name is Long Yufi, and he has a metal-based ability. He can create weapons, and in his last life, this guy even got to the king rank. Ken Lu is already interested. Will I ask for a sword or for a staff? Gao Fei announces to everyone, I'm very happy with everyone that came to this trade fair organized by me. We have a bunch of members in our team and even 3 level 4. Chen Lu is interested. In his place, even with all this help, there's only 4 people, a cat, and a dog at level 4 or above. So this guy is quite powerful and also probably holds a lot of high-grade crystals in his hands. After talking a little bit, Gao Fei showed to everyone a red crystal level 6 and explained that this was the way that a lot of his members were able to get to the level 4. Zhao Hai was impressed. Staring at Chen Lu, he knew that's why he's so strong. He probably has used a lot of high-level crystals. The guy even told everyone about how much experience they should expect from each type of crystal. Ken Lu was impressed. Damn, he's so kind, revealing all this information for free. What is his plan? Then Gao Fei says that it's going to be difficult for people to survive alone. That's why he's gathering everyone to unite and form a collective. Anyone who is powerful can join his team and become even an elder. Chen Lu understood, so he just wants to recruit people. With all the information that he's provided, a lot of people are willing to join. That's when a girl with a dumb face appears. She says that her boss has said it all. If anyone is unwilling to join later, they should not ask for resources. Zhao Hai didn't like the girl. And then everyone receives a paper with some information. Saying the same things emphasize unity and working together. They would treat everyone equally, regardless of rank. Ken Lu knows a lot of juniors from other bases are willing to join this guy now. Gao Fei says, everyone think about it, and anyone who signed it, just come to me. Our boy thinks that this is going to drive a lot of people for death, because strangely enough, he never heard of Gao Fei in his previous life. That means that this guy is going to die even if he doesn't do anything. A guy talks to Zhao Hai and asks him, do you want to kill this guy? He wants to take everyone's subordinates. But Chen Lu says that they don't get involved when kids fight. Sometime later, one of the members is showing him 3 guys that wants to join the team. But he says, brother, our request, you only accept level 3 survivors has attracted the attention of everyone, so be careful. Staring at the guys, Chen Lu is thinking, could it be that someone is trying to infiltrate our ranks? But all he needs to do is ask Rice. And then he tells to everyone, let's go home. And the way back, he saw the girl. Her name is Meng Yang, and she's an Earth-type user. And when it comes to good survivors, our boy is Ash Ketchum, so he goes to talk with the girl. But he came with way too many people, and she gets scared and runs crying. Ken Lu shouts for her, don't run away, I don't mean any harm. But she transforms herself into a rabbit. Unfortunately, it's impossible to run from Chen Lu. He just uses his void walking and grabs her by the ears, then stares at her and says, I really mean no harm. How about you changing back? It's way too dangerous for you to be here. Let's go back. Don't need to say anything. Brother here is going to take you to eat some good food. Back home, Mei Lai is curious. Why did you bring a chicken and a rabbit? He drops Meng Ying in the floor and she turns back into a human. She asks him, why did you pick me up? You captured me by force. But Chen Lu ignores her and asks for Chen Yuan to take her to eat something. Meng Ying says that she's not going to eat anything that he offers her, but there she's eating everything. Ken Lu takes the chance. Hey Meng Ying, didn't you say that even if you starve to death, you wouldn't eat my food? She says that he has way too much food, so she's not feeling guilty. Ken Lu tells her, even if you want to run, I'm going to hug you and forcefully bring you back. Bro got that restraining order. He explains to her they are lacking natural superpowers in this place, so they need her here. All that she needs to do is grow some vegetables, and he's even going to provide meat for her every day. But like, what type of meat are you going to give her? She was thinking that she had no way to escape, so without choices, she's going to help him. He gave her some seeds and told her to plant those. It's going to be a pleasure to work with you. Then he and Su Dashu were talking about the new 3 members. All of them were spies. After the good old torture, they revealed their intentions. 2 of them were sent by Gao Fidi, and 1 of them was sent by Qilin. Ken Lu gives the order, kill them all, and don't make any noise. Let's see what's going to happen. Then the same guy came to talk with him again, explaining that someone went to talk with Zhao Hai to discuss how to deal with Gao Fei, and the person asked for them to invite Chen Lu. Out of curiosity, Chen Lu decides to go. Then we see a desk with some people discussing how to deal with Gao Fei. The guy with the polo shirt says that he has a way to deal with Gao Fei, so he's going to take 30% of all his supplies. Ken Lu interrupts and says, if that's the case, I'm not joining you guys. Caitlin, or the guy with the polo, says, little brother, be careful with what you say. You have to participate. Don't you know how things happen in this circle? If you are not going with us, you are against us. Zhao Hai is perplexed. I told him to not mess with Chen Lu, and our boy is thinking, what? If I don't participate, he is going to kill me? Qilin keeps saying, why you don't want to join us? You are only going to lose things. The guy smoking at his side speaks, maybe he wants to sneak when we attack so he can take everything from our bases. Zhao Hai stands up. Brothers, I guarantee that Chen Luo would never do something like that. He just doesn't want to join this fight. But Kai Lin says, I don't believe in this guy. He has to kneel and apologize for everyone here. Zhao Hai replies, I warn you guys, but now is with you. Chen Lu just asks, you are very brave and I want to see what you are going to do with me. Kai Lin threatens him. Oak, I know you are quite capable. You're probably a level 4, and that's strong. But can you deal with hundreds of people? Since you have grown so fast, I'm sure that you have some crystals in your body. Give me them and I spare your life. Chen Lu understood everything. So he was trying to create a conspiracy from the get-go, just looking for an excuse to deal with him. 4 guys surrounded Chen Lu, and Kai Lin told them to search his body. The precious crystal must be on him. Little boy, I advise you, don't move or the consequences are going to be ugly. They were going to grab Chen Lu and he was saying, I didn't want to do anything to you. He knew that this is the guy that was going to kill Gao Fei. But unfortunately, he has to do something now. Next second, he's behind the guy. He turns his head just to get slapped across the face. Ken Lu slaps him once more. I'm asking you, how do you plan to kill Gao Fei? But Kai Lin is motivated. I'm not going to tell you anything. If you dare kill me. And all the guys are surrounding him again. Ken Lu says, I don't like threats. And slapped him again. Bro, I've seen some family-friendly girls getting less spanked than that. Everyone is telling him to stop, he's crazy. But our boy says, are you going to tell me? Kai Lin with his red cheeks says, I've never been beaten like that since I was 13. If you want, beat me to death and we will die together. Ken Lu grabs his neck. He's really a tough guy and had some potential. It's a pity that he messed with me. Some guys ran to try to save their boss, but he's gone already. And now Chen Lu knows he has to be the one that is going to deal with Gao Fei. Sometime later, Zhao Hai is thinking, I knew it would be like this. Bunch of bodies on the floor and the other guys are running. Ken Lu thinks that he didn't want to kill anyone. But what he can do, always smiling, he turns to everyone else. Brothers, don't be afraid. I'm not going to kill everyone. As long as you guys don't mess with me, I'll never be the one that takes the initiative to cause trouble. And also, I don't want to take all your manpower. You guys can have your members. Everyone understood and replied, don't worry Chen Lu, we don't dare to provoke you. The guys were all scared talking with each other. Bro, it was so scary. How can a level 4 be so powerful? And now, what are we going to do? What if we talk with Gao Fei? He has 3 level 4s. Maybe he can kill Chen Lu. Then we see Long Yufi, the guy with the gray hair that our boy wants him to join his team. A guy came to talk with him, saying that his wife was killed and clapped by other guys in this base. You guys know what I mean. Long Yufi asked him, are you sure? Crying, the guy told him, I'm pretty sure, bro, I saw them. There's no humanity at all in this killing. Then Long Yufei went to talk with the guys. He stopped at the door and heard one of them saying, it's a pity that she died so early. I was having so much fun. I can only look for another one now. Yufei opened the door and asked, what are you guys doing? The guy replied, Brother Long, what are we doing? That's when Gao Fei intervened. Brother Long, what are you doing? Long told him this guy killed the guy's wife and even clapped her. He deserves to die. But Gao Fei says, Long Yu, calm down, bro. I know this is wrong, but he does not deserve to die. He can kill more zombies and that would make up for his mistakes. But Long Fei him, this doesn't make up for his mistakes. I'm more valuable than him, and I want him dead. The guy then replies, Gao Fei, you have to help me since I'm taking the blame for you. So it was all Gao Fei's doing. He even goes to his face and says, Gao Fei takes care of everyone. What if he just wants to have some fun with a few women? That way he can keep his mind clean and even save more people. Long says, so that was your plan. You're not letting people because you want them to survive. You just want to feel like a king and take over some woman. You know what? I'm going a different path. Goodbye. The guy behind him says that Brother Long Yufei cannot go. What if he tells your story to everyone? But Gao Fei replies, there's too much people that knows Long Yufei. We cannot kill him like that. Let's just say that he was the one that was having relations with all the girls. When everyone is against him, we just kill him. Getting out of the base, Long Yufei was thinking, I'm so naive. All that I wanted was for people to help each other to survive. How we can get more simpler than that? Where I'm going next? That's when the guys that are planning to kill Chen Lu appeared. Brothers, we are here to surrender. We want to see Gao Fei. There's a guy that goes by the name Chen Lu, and we need to kill him. Then we see Horan telling to Chen Lu that he just reached level 4. Chen Lu explains that now he can control which part of his body gets stronger. Since he used to be a boxer, he needs to concentrate his powers into his hands. Horan thanks him and says that if it's his suggestion, of course he's going to try it. Then Chen Lu receives a message. Brother, Zhao Hai is looking for refuge in our base. He says that Gao Fei is coming to our base. Then we see Chen Lu asking him, how did Gao Fei find my base? Zhao Hai explains, it's those brothers from yesterday. They took refuge with Gao Fei and now they want to kill you. Ken Lu thinks that's why I should have killed everyone. That's what I gained by sparing some lives. Ken Lu tells to everyone in the base, listen, everyone be ready to defend this place. The enemy is coming for us. Then we see a lot of cars driving to their base. Seeing Chen Lu's base, he thinks it's a really good one. It's a pity that he has to finish this guy. He takes a megaphone and says, we have 2,000 people, more than 76 at the 3rd level, 1,500 the second level, even 2 people at the 4th level. I advise you to surrender. Those who leave this base are going to be my brothers from now on. The first 10 people to surrender are going to get some rewards. 2 bottles of water and 2 ham sausages. Gao Fei is confused. Why isn't anyone coming out? It's such a great offer. Inside, Chen Lu's bored. Even the most ordinary member in my team eats better than that. And also, where's Long Yufi? Why you didn't came with the guys? Gao Fei then looks to his team and says, since they don't want to get saved, we are going to act, and tells the guy behind him, you go first, take your people, and kill him. I'm going to give you more credit for this. But the guy is scared, my people. Go first. The girl asks him, why are you refusing? He replies, even if I'm willing, I don't think my team wants to be the vanguard. No one is willing to die that much. When Gao Fei looked to his team, everyone was hesitant. Not me. I'm not going. And Chen Lu was getting even more bored. Is this a joke? Then Chen Lu just threw an apple and everyone got scared. How someone can have fresh fruits? This is impossible. Gao Fei goes and talks with the girl. Those guys are useless. So why don't you go ahead first? I will ask for someone to have some defenses for you. We need to finish this fast or we are going to lose the morale in our teams. You are my only support, you will help me, right? And with those words, the girl decided to go. From the top of the cliff, Chen Lu members were throwing some flame powers, but the enemies with earth element could easily defend. When they broke the gate to enter, Mai Ling and Chen Yuan appeared. One fireball and everyone exploded. The girl knew those are powers of level 4 people. How they can have so many level 4s? Chen Lu tells Thunder King, what are you doing here, bro? Go get some. He went flying. Using his abilities, he was easily exploding everyone. Thunder King now even walks like a human and easily defeats Gao Fei. When everyone saw Thunder King over Gao Fei, they surrendered. One of those guys shouted, don't kill me, I'm a priest, I know how to heal. Chen Lu went to talk with the guy. He said, brother, please don't kill me. My name is Lu Wen. I have the light attribute. Chen Lu asks, okay, then you have to answer with honesty. Why Long Yufi is not here? Why is he staying at the base? The guy says, he is not in the base. He was kicked out of the base by Gao Fei. He was using his powers to have some fun with the girls. Chen Lu tells him Long Yufi is not such a person. The guy explains, yeah, it was Gao Fei who did everything. But you put the blame on Long Yufi so he could kick him out of the team. Chen Lu asks for a favor to Zhao Hai. Bring your people there and fix everything. I'll treat you to a feast when everything is done. Then he tells to his team, everyone listen. Let's drive to Gao Fei's base and get all the supplies. Thunder King came asking for points. And Chen Lu told him, when I come back, I give you some points, okay? Just protect the base. Some of the Zhao Hai members were thinking about joining Chen Lu, but they knew that they would just be some cannon fodder members. At least with Zhao Hai, they have some sort of voice. Zhao Hai said, if Chen Lu is willing to promote us for elite members, maybe we should actually join him. The guy has a bunch of high-level crystals, and if he keeps growing at this speed, someday he will be too far ahead for us to join. Then they were in Gao Fei's base taking everything. Chen Lu saw something, a female dog. He checked her and thought, Thunder King, I have found you a wife. Isn't that better than points? Back home, he thanks Zhao Hai and tells him that he can come over later for a barbecue lunch. Zhao Hai thanks him. When he was about to enter home, Thunder King was staring at him. Where are my points? But Chen Lu showed him the female dog, Thunder King. Look at what I got for you, brother. After seeing the dog, Thunder King started to cry. He thought that Chen Lu was going to abandon him. But Chen Lu explained that this was a wife for him. After analyzing the dog, Thunder King said that Golden Dog was not worthy of him. So Chen Lu tells him, okay, I'm going to give you to the girls. At least they are going to give you some affection. Then he gives the points to the dog that now has 1,500. And that's enough to trade those points for the elder position. Chen Lu was staring at him like, bro, why you want so much this position? But okay, tomorrow we do this. Sometime later, Zhao Hai came to the barbecue. Damn, that's so luxurious, he thought. Chen Lu told him, you helped me a lot. So this barbecue is a thanks. You can even take a pound of beef. Before the dinner begins, Chen Lu made an announcement. Listen, everyone. A member got 1,500 points to satisfy the elder position. You guys will have to show a lot of respect. Everyone was thinking 1,500 already. I got like 3 points a day. How he gets so much? Chen Lu said, everyone, this is the new elder member. All gracious Thunder King showed up. People were like, what? How a dog became an elder? And the first one, bro, it's Thunder King. But everyone knows his strength. Chen Lu said, why are all you guys stunned? You should call him the elder dog from now on. Then everyone said, yes, elder dog. Jesus, why I'm doing that? I'm trying to survive, not to play house. But everyone at least was happy. Then we see Long Yufei outside the base. Guy was telling him this is where the guy that killed Gao Fei lives. It said that he has a lot of level 4 members. Why we don't go to check it out? Long Yufi said, okay, let's go over and take a look. Outside they were impressed. Damn, they are eating barbecue. How this base can be so good? That's when Chen Lu told him, what are you thinking about? If you want to eat anything here, you have to make some contribution. You need to get at least a level 3 and need to go out to kill zombies every day. Long Yufi lost his smile. Unfortunately, some of his members are not level 3. But his members told him, "You go first, brother. We can keep leveling up, and then we can join you." But some of the other members were saying, "Bro, you have such a good ability. Well, I'm going to try to negotiate some conditions." Somewhat insecure, he went to talk to Chen Lu. "Brother, my name is Long Yufi, and I'm level 4. Could you send a message to the person in charge of this place?" Chen Lu said, "I'm the one in charge here. Can you explain why your team wants to join with mine?" Long Yufi explains, "It's because I'm also someone who wants to kill all the zombies as fast as possible so this world can return to normal." Chen Lu said, "I see." But he knows it's impossible to kill all the zombies, and he asked him about his abilities. Long said, "I'm able to control metal and my physical strength is not weak." Chen Lu replied, "So you can turn your body into metal? Let me test it." He opens his arms. "Okay, test it, brother." Chen Lu told him be careful and punched his chest. He was sent back and was impressed. What just happened? I already got punched by level 3 guys and this has never happened against me. How he could be so strong? Chen Lu told him I'd only use 50% of my strength and explained to him, "Long Yufi, can you take metal and change their form? Or maybe unite 2 metals and make them more sharper and stronger?" He instantly transformed the metal pipe into liquid. But Chen Lu told him, "Now transform that in gold," and gave him a golden ring. "You should familiarize yourself with the structure of gold atoms and give it a try." Not even Long Yufi knew that this was possible with his powers. But after trying, he saw that it was doable. How I did it? And then Chen Lu explained it to him. "Now you know where your real value lies. You can transform metal and make them stronger and harder. That means that you can create the best weapons. So it's best for you to not put yourself at risk. With all that being said, you're more than welcome to join us, Long. If you haven't had dinner yet, you can come to our barbecue party." Then we see a girl surrounding the base. Found it. That's where my little Meng Yin must be. And then she uses a stealth ability. She's walking around thinking, "Meng Yin, don't be afraid. I'm going to save you." Meng Yin is that girl that has the nature powers. But there, she's enjoying some juicy chicken. That's when her friend appears and said, "I've been hungry for several days trying to find you, and you are here eating fried chicken outside a room." Thunder King heard everything. Then Chen Lu went running. Someone was able to infiltrate our base. He knows that he needs the girls who can plant vegetables. He opens the door and asks, "Who are you and how did you get in?" Meng Yin explained it. "She's my friend and she can get invisible." That's how she infiltrated there. Chen Lu thought invisible and also her friend. This is a really rare ability. I must capture this one. So he says, so it's a friend of you. I just brought Meng Yin here because I saw that she was alone. I'm sorry for making you worried. We have a lot of other girls here, so why you don't join us? You're going to have food, water, and even some company. She replies, "All right, but nothing is free. Why you want me to do?" He asks for all the information in other mutants that she knows. And she tells him about a mutant that is surrounded by crystals. He was probably someone that had good powers but was killed. Chen Lu knows if he was killed by another person, that person wouldn't take the crystals. So that means that he was killed by some zombie. And that zombie is strong and is around here. And then she explained where the zombie was. Next day, when Chen Lu was going, Zhao Hai told something to him. "Brother, I think we should all escape from here quickly. We saw the zombie and he was 100 meters away. But in a second, he appeared behind my men and killed everyone." Chen Lu asked if he's smart. Zhao Hai said yes, also he's really powerful. It's impossible to deal with that. He's way too fast and even uses some sort of wind blade. All the members are scared. "Bro, we could only escape because he didn't chase us. But he's coming in this direction. I think we should all run from here." That's when Rice came and explained to him. "Chen Lu, you are dead today." Chen Lu was shocked. "What did you say?" "It's impossible since I have the void walking. How I'm going to die today." He grabs Rice, puts him on the floor. "Explain for me carefully." Rice says, "I'm feeling that you are probably going to die. Something is coming, and it's extremely dangerous even for you. Unless you leave a like on this video to help Mamoru make more juicy content for his viewers, is Chen Lu going to survive? Off dumbass, he's the MC, but the question is how. So make sure to activate the cheeky little bell, and I'm out.